We're live.
Yes.
Aren't you being a good caption? You get all of my goes together. I'm so proud.
Yeah, it's always a fun little game on Thursdays where it's like, what's the first thing that the captioner is going to pick up? Because it's a bit of a crapshoot.
You know what we should all do is go back and make a couple of short novellas from our Google search voice history. Haikus even.
It's amazing the stuff that Google finds as an excuse to start recording, and then you just get the randomest shit.
Yep.
I don't know if there's one for Alexa. I never use Alexa, and I apologize if you still have that set up as a trigger word. But every time I ever talk to the damn thing, it is like, thank you, Alexa, because I never intentionally trigger it. I've been programmed by our overlords at Google to use the other device. Hey, what's going on, everyone? We're getting ready. We just wrapped up a pre-super shows where you can listen to a very in-depth conversation about battle chess, which is not chess.
But not auto chess. It's not that kind of podcast.
Something like that.
We actually have to play this game, unlike auto chess.
Oh man, it sounded like you said otter chess, and I'm like, not too far off.
I mean, it's capybara chess. Let's be real.
I didn't see otters. Plenty of capybaras, but no otters.
Oh man,
It's an otter travesty.
an otter travesty. It's like a microwave filled with chicken.
Just like uncooked chicken, or like a live chicken.
So the Legionella otter?
I mean, we're talking in the realm of travesty, so I'm flexible.
Yeah. It's like that
No,
bit from,
Legionella is the AC one. Salmonella. There we go. That's the one.
Better call Salmonella.
Better Call Salmonella.
Hey everyone, we got a little bit of a show put together for you. We're going to be talking about hot decks, because Pedro's living where it's 40°C.
Isn't like the airport runways melting or some shit?
Yes.
This happened.
Gatwick and Luton. Both of those runways melted.
I got an update on Nintendo going to sue somebody the game. And let's see, 6 years of Death Road to Canada. That's something we're going to celebrate. Overclocked A380 Intel GPUs.
Underwhelming.
The excitement is just
Utterly underwhelming.
Utterly underwhelming.
And I was reminded that Amazon does in fact have video games and a little client for it. We'll talk about that. Makes sense. Then Pedro's going to complain about not being able to compile something. He forgot.
I'm going to complain about downloading a thing that was already compiled and it not working. That's what I'm going to complain about.
My job is failing to compile stuff, so I've stopped doing that in my spare time now.
Oh man. All right, so we got the clock set. We got about 9 minutes.
Oh yeah,
Going?
that's Foxdog and Tem.
Would you? No, gotta save it for the show. Never mind. Sorry, everyone. False start.
Yeah, Salmonella had a very nice channel. He's stopped uploading.
What is
Cheers.
it? I don't know.
Is it
It's,
just videos of undercooked chicken?
Yeah.
No, that dude just basically telling the story in a very
What story?
colloquial kind of way. Basically, like significant historical events that he
Okay.
found interesting to talk about.
So he's a history YouTuber. Got it.
A very colloquial history YouTuber, yes.
A drunk history YouTuber, if you would.
Suppose, yeah. But yeah, no, he I remember subscribing to his channel when he had like 20 subscribers, and 2 days later, he had well over 1,000.
That check cleared.
Okay.
Oh man, you're going like double hipster today, man. I was here at the beginning, man, of Salmonella, but back before it was mainstream.
I was there at the beginning, and I was there at the end. I think it's the end. He hasn't uploaded in years, so...
Hey man, so people like come out of the dead. You know, you watch there was some Twitch streamer I was watching, and I wanted to say something because someone was like, I've been around watching this channel for something along like what Pedro just spit out. And I wanted to type in, I was like, I remember before they became a reaction streamer and stream games.
Oof. Yeah, that reaction stream stuff's been going pretty strong for like a couple of years now.
I mean, it's...
And by a reaction stream, I'm talking about they just watch YouTube videos of other people's content.
Yeah.
I'm like, that looks all right.
It's peak... God, I heard a really good description of it, and I can't remember now.
It's that old penny arcade comic where it's like, well, what are you doing? Well, I'm watching my Sim, and my Sim has bought a computer, and it's installed Sims, so I'm watching my Sim play Sims.
All right. We won our copyright strike defense against the person who tried to strike a 4-year-old Bayonetta 1 video that I had uploaded to YouTube.
Nice.
Claiming that the person that they represented had the rights to the Gates of Hell jazz soundtrack that plays. And of course I went and looked up the person who they were representing, and easy math because people are really sloppy with that stuff online. I'm like, this dude's 22. So he was 13 when he coined this, because that doesn't, and all the person did, he had uploaded. Now I want to know more about the background of it, had uploaded, just that track, The Gates of Hell from Bayonetta. And like, where do you get the gusto? Where's the payoff to that? Do you try to get it?
Listen, his mom is Bayonetta.
Maybe.
And he owns the right to that music.
Well, I know more about that shit than I ever cared to, because I had to track it back to who was credited and who was licensed to, because it's not beyond the realm of possibility that this entity from YouTube that was trying to assert copyright claim on it had purchased it.
Yeah.
And I tracked it all the way back. And I'm like, nope, you don't have this. Ah, man. Yeah, I've never had a video flagged. I've had to go to bat a couple of times for copyright stuff, but I don't care. It'd make great content. Like, I fought Netflix twice. Not once. 2 times. They came back for seconds. That is how good the credits are for Weekly Daily Wednesdays.
I tried to upload that, interview bit that Nori showed up from the BBC, and that got acclaimed pretty quickly.
Beebs are vicious, man.
It's like, okay, we're just going to set that to private. No one's going to say that there.
I think like the only one that I never, two that I've never fought. When Jordan and we played Quake Beth Mastered, we were going through that. Mm-hmm. I had the crazy idea of thinking that the 20-plus-year-old soundtrack
by Nine Inch Nails, yeah.
Was going to be fine. Nope. Reznor was scrounging for pennies, man. I got hit by that. And I'm like, you know what? That remains unlisted to this day. I'm like, I'm not giving you this entire video because that was in the background. Like, if you listened hard enough. Not going to happen.
I mean, he's got to take a break from winning Academy Awards and, get his rocks off trolling people on YouTube.
We just do a smash cut to Reznor in front of a CRT. He's like, it's a hobby.
Yep. Yeah, he's just fucking watching this shit. He's like, I'm going to get you one of these days, LinuxGameCast. Mark my words.
I still haven't forgotten.
in this version of the story, Trent Reznor is actually Yosemite Sam.
All right. Okay, I'll get my pizza. Mark my words.
Yep.
So, Mark, Johnny?
Mark. Oh, hi, Mark. There's no Mark Hamill, though. Or Mark Spector, the Moon Knight, or... wow, there is Marky Mark.
Yes. The Wahlberg is the first one.
Right.
Foiled again! Or Mark Maron, or Marcus Aurelius, or Mark Ruffalo. Who are the other famous Marks?
What was it?
I like the sticker.
Oh yeah. Is that? I've seen the Thor hammer on a couple. I'm like that. Well done.
Yep.
Yeah, that's too easy to fix. So,
Yeah.
like, I wouldn't even have to drill that. Well, you might, but you might even.
You'd have to go in from the back. You'd have to take out the entire like wheelhouse.
What are you talking about, Pedro? No, I'm not great at body work, but I can do that without. Yeah, you don't have to remove a quarter panel on that. Even if I did have to drill it, that'd be like 3 spots. Maybe I'd put it there and pull it up. That'd be fine. Bondo over the holes. Hit it. Touch it.
I played through that entire the room the game thing on Newgrounds. It was great.
I've never played that. Is it available for PlayStation 5?
Only on PS Plus Pro, unfortunately.
Man. I was talking about that last night. Wait, was that not? Yeah. We were doing Filthy Casuals, or it might have been Tuesday, one of those days where I was talking about the console manufacturers, Xbox and Sony have done a perfect job of normalizing having to pay a monthly subscription in order to play your device online.
Yep.
Like, that's just accepted in that crowd is. And I heard them like, well, no, they have to do it for the servers and stuff like that. Like, it's such a nominal cost. It's been free on PC since forever. Like, the only time you would pay a monthly subscription is if you had MMO. But like just regular online connectivity, you don't even need servers for that.
Peer-to-peer is for piracy, then.
Clearly.
Not for anything legitimate.
All right. Fair enough.
Thank you, RA. Thank you for that
Microsoft
briefcase
started
for
that, and then Sony figured, ooh, let's do that, but let's increase the price and then give people old games that aren't really selling anymore. We'll just give them that.
Remember when Sony's online service was transmitting credit card numbers over plain text?
Yeah. The entirety of the first 5 years that they ran.
I mean, if it wasn't, we'd gotten away with it too if it wasn't for filthy hackers.
Right? Yeah.
Those dang hackers.
Oh.
I know what
Fucking
Facebook.
nobody Linux.
I do know what
person.
Facebook. No, I do know what Facebook's IPv6 address is.
Is it all ones or some shit?
No, it's just Facebook. FACEB00C.
Fair.
Okay.
You get that on technicality.
Yep. Yeah. That is the one IPv6 address I know. So
I know I looked at Cloudflare's DNS IPv6. I was like, oh, this is gonna be easy to remember. And it's like, well, fuck that. I'm not.
No, I mean that's what the DNS is for, so that you don't have to remember the fucking numbers, right?
We're never gonna get off IPv4. This is never gonna happen. Like, raise your hand if you were told, like, not even joking around with dead seriousness and ferocity, that IPv4 was going to be exhausted 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went to university.
We just gotta keep natting, you guys. Just nat more.
That's what that equation didn't take in the commodity of routers these days. Yeah.
You have the one NAT with the one external IP address. There you go.
And a lot of people are running over IPv6 and don't realize that, like, your mobile device, that's IPv6.
Well, yeah, that one too, because, like, you know, embedding MAC in the I don't know why MT was so upset about embedding your MAC address in the IPv6 address. I think that's fine, right? Like, you're gonna figure that shit out if you get on.
My MAC address is whatever I want it to be. You know?
Can always poof, yeah.
Yeah.
I got a MikroTik
It's
router.
like hiding
it's got
your
an insert
SSID.
MAC
It's
address
like-
here. What do you want it to be? All right.
Like hiding your SSID. Yeah, you can do it, but that's not gonna stop anyone.
It's only going to keep the honest ones out. That's like a door. It's only there for honest people. DMs. I don't know, man. We're a long way off from. And plus, they're still releasing.
Just put your router in modem mode, and away you go.
There was some security report put out about like people are just exposing their Kubernetes management interface to the public internet. I was like, but why? It's like, all these installations are super insecure. No, I wonder why the main API ingress is just like accessible from fucking anywhere. No, this is perfectly secure.
Hey man, I can't change it. It's more convenient for me this way. Hashtag C-suite.
Because they don't want to log into a VPN so they can access it remotely?
Listen, we've been over this several times, Mateus. I don't have time for these extra steps with your computer nonsense. I just need to be able to log in. Once.
Dude, if the C-suite is making changes on your live Kubernetes instance, you need to find a new job. That is an unhealthy business.
Okay. Hang on. Here's the other side of that blade, though. You work for a company where the C-suite actually knows what the fuck Kubernetes is.
I still no. That's still a massive red flag. If someone with no accountability can go make changes in production willy-nilly, yeah, no, get out of there. That is called getting woken up at 4 o'clock in the morning. I pushed out a bad update. Can you fix it? No.
Someone with no accountability making changes that fucks the life of everyone else. Oh, it sounds like the network architect for the place that I work for.
Sounds like somebody's got job security. And I mean, come on, nepotism and having shit on your superiors, man. That's the entire societal structure you're living in.
Blackmail and extortion, baby.
And then I tell my boss, because she's at like the corporate structure, she's like at the same level he is. So I tell her, and then I assume she goes to talk to him, and then she comes back. It's like, it's been fixed now. So was there change control for it? Was anyone told about it beforehand? Is he gonna get any kind of accountability ever?
You think, like, seriously, not even joking around, your boss has ever had any discussion with this guy?
Probably not.
Okay.
Yeah, like, if you're working in a large organization like that, that's why I like both
of them have the same manager, so
Pedro's saying it irritates me, but not enough to go over somebody's head.
Yeah, I listen. I got out of corpo when I went back to a small business just because I hated dealing with that shit.
You know the fucking boss, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. The downside is that fucking boss call you at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah. Well, no, this one doesn't. He's a good guy. So but I was picky.
Which is good.
Yeah, I'm being picky now too. I am looking for another job, and I get a lot of calls. It's like, oh yeah, you start next week, and you get like $30,000 a year. It's like, I already make more than that.
What's retail management pay? I'd apply to the pie store, man. You're right next door.
Go knock on Eben's door. Ask Liz if he's around.
Yeah.
Tell him Jordan sent you. We had pizza that one time.
I did look for like, I've been keeping an eye out for any positions within ARM, because there's 2 different ARM offices right across the street from where I work, so that wouldn't be much of a change, and I'd be okay with that.
You consider looking for remote positions?
Yes, a lot. I've been like, remote. There you go. Here's my CV.
Now I kind of want to go on an ARM interview so I can wear my Risk 5 t-shirt.
Risk V and like an Intel Inside hat. Dun 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 dun.
But oh man, then I break out the NVIDIA socks.
Yeah. Yeah, put your feet right on the person's desk.
Oh.
Sup?
No. You have one NVIDIA sock and one AMD sock, and they don't.
They were like, "Hey, man, I got amazing ability. I can finish people's sentence. So you're about to call security on me, right? Got it. I'm leaving. Don't worry."
So you'd like me to get up? Okay, that's fine.
Yeah. You just kind of walk in, and then you just like Grandpa Simpson. That's like, But
And like the reality of that is like, and that's how I started at ARM 20 years ago.
yeah, and that's
You
ultimately
go
how I
to reach
became.
for the door, and I was like, wait, okay.
And then they offered me SVP, and yeah, so here we are today.
Here's the danger of doing that. You might run into somebody of similar taste to you. And they're like, I respect this. All right. You're at least going to get a face-to-face.
Oh man. I was complaining about it the other day, but like I had to go through like this fucking 4-hour long interview training course.
Oh, right.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man. Do they get a good system, or are they like third party?
It's third party.
Okay.
Yeah, but we're doing a story style interview. So your responses need to have a beginning, middle, and end. Also, I posted the thing where they literally told you to say "cool story, bro" if someone was running on too long. I thought that was hilarious.
You know that the psychology behind that is good, because even if you want a story, you want to determine a person's ability to be fucking concise.
Mm.
And how good is your data relay skills? Of like, hey man, I want to bake a cupcake. Let me go to this cupcake recipe. I was born in a small town, and like, fuck. No.
I'm sorry. I thought I was on a podcast and not Googling for any recipe. I was like, no, I just want to know how much flour I need. Fuck.
Mm-hmm.
How many onions? How many onions?
The answer is all the onions.
The answer is 20 years ago, my father used to grow onions in his garage.
And, onions are like ogres. Like, you know what? You got my attention. Fuck.
Yeah, I always love those like Reddit posts that just like as you read them, they just get like progressively more unhinged, and you're like, okay, you had me in the first half. This is pretty funny though.
There's a Twitter account that's like tweets by insane people or something like that, and it goes places. And I spent most of the day today just reading that. It's like, oh yeah.
If you want a good read, what is it? Radio Shack's Twitter. Pretty spicy. All right, let's get to it, gentlemen. Yeah. All right. This is just going to irritate me, because if I move the damn thing back to the other PC I bought and it does that shit again, like, table flip. Let's find out. Pause. Good and good. Click, clack, ready to go. Back like scoliosis for episode 518. And welcome back to Linux Gamecast Weekly. The show covers the latest Linux gaming news, reviews, how-tos, and most importantly, whatever the hell else we come up with. I'm Old Man Vin, joined by soon-to-be Old Man Jordan, and the desperately decrepit ancient being, Peter Mateus.
Oh, come on. My birthday was last week.
But we all are nay young children compared to Cocaine Voltron. Needs two canes, that's right. Look at that, I set up a joke.
He's so old, man. Yeah.
What did you think the canes were for? He's an attack Voltron?
I thought he was like polio.
Oh.
Okay, why not?
Some interesting DLC. What's going on, gentlemen? I'm just, I'm still recovering from a few things. I'm still troubleshooting the RME AIO Pro, and I have a sneaking suspicion I was telling Jordan in the pre-pre super show, and Pedro, that I'm down to the troubleshooting point. Maybe you've been with us, especially with electronics. Like, you know what? Let's just try the other PCIe slot. Nothing but desperation. Like, fine. Last thing I can think of. And
gotta grasp all those straws,
dude.
And, yeah,
tried to do non-reproducible bugs. Don't like. Not a fan of. On top of that, I messed around and installed Hollow Knight, so I got an extra 8 hours of Hollow Knight in me. Pretty decent. How about you, Jordan?
I'm temporarily taking care of a new dog. Well, girlfriend is, because it's her old dog that she had to leave with her ex, but he's on vacation now, so we're taking care of him. So it's been an adjustment having two dogs in the house. One's a crotchety old man, and the other one is just like, pay attention to me. So that's been a fun dynamic to watch.
I think we've all dated both.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, I have another ornery German that I need to deal with on a regular basis now.
Aww.
You showed a picture on Discord earlier in the week. It's like, ooh, extra doggo. All right.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you dropped that in Discord. And then speaking of like threads, like, all right, I'll find out what the story is. Where's that? Did you get dog number 2? That's what I initially thought.
Yeah.
Then it immediately struck me like you would never go through the trouble of putting like a bandana thing around the dog.
No.
That dog looks extremely well, I don't know, groomed.
He's old. He's old, man. Like he's 9. Like,
all right.
which is like really, really old for him. Like he's like a year or two above his life expectancy, which is pretty cool.
Good on you, brain. I was like, what's 9 times? And my brain's like, fuck right off. We're not doing
No math on stream.
Right. I knows it, but no.
9 times 7 is 63.
What are times tables, Petro? Explain them to me.
No.
Maybe you should ask the horse.
The horse can't do math. It's dead. It's dead. It's bludgeoned. 1 + 1 is goo. It's the steam. Hot decks really get you going.
It is so hot. Runways are melting, and it's 40 degrees outside, and people are treating it like a reason not to go outside. Very intelligent.
Pretty much, yeah.
And of course, Pedro immediately gets up and heads over to the Tesco parking lot to just bask in the heat. He's like,
yeah, he's a big fan of that one scene from Chronicles of Riddick where the guy just walks into the heat and disintegrates.
Yes. Right. Except I was kind of born in a country where, hitting 40 during the summer is just par for the course. So,
and then you left.
I'm just saying, man. They dropped that early in Portugal.
Yeah, no, it hit like 46, according to what my mom was telling me. So, yeah, it's been pretty toasty in Portugal too. But yes, if you lived in the UK on Tuesday at least, I don't know what happened in between, but good luck to you. You probably noticed that it got pretty toasty, and of course, you probably saw the news because literally every outlet out there was talking about Nintendo and Valve saying that handheld get too hotty, shutty, down. So okay, all right. Apparently, this is a thing that we need to do. Tell people.
Yeah, moral of the story: don't run hot electronics in the heat. Coming up next this evening, you eat and breathe out of the same hole. What could go wrong?
Oh, come on, man! I was looking through the article. I was like, "Do you have a visual example of what heat looks like?" No.
Is it like that MC Escher portrait or the Salvador Dali thing with like the clocks?
Here's the best they could do. They're like, "This is what heat looks like."
That's the heat hole. Yes. But yeah, no, it is kind of jarring when you see literally every news outlet selling that as if it were actual news, that, a thing that runs pretty hot already gets even hotter when there's 40-something Celsius outside.
Now, Pedro, I didn't get a chance to write back. Valve, you don't have to worry about this. I just put out a PSA that if you grip your deck with your left-handed, and wave it violently over your head, it will help cool it off.
Smack, smack, smack.
It'll add extra air to the heat hole.
No.
Yes.
Listen, it's prime time to start working on those like crazy Steam Deck heatsink mods. I want to see like a 212 Evo just strapped to the back of that fucker.
Someone's already, I think it was the Squeaky Linus already tried the tower cooler for the M.2 SSDs and put that on the back of the deck.
Yeah.
It works, but his hands also got pretty toasty. Go figure.
I'm just saying, if I hold it underwater, it'd be pretty chill too, but it's not practical.
Can you grill steaks on it? Is the real question.
You know, back in my
After
day,
a
Jordan,
while, maybe.
we grilled steaks using USB sockets.
Ah, okay. Back before we
5
needed to have
watts.
heat sinks, if we needed to cool the CPU down, we'd just stick a slab of rare meat on the die.
Live a little. Have a USB steak cook in your Google search history. It'll be great.
USB cookout. Come on.
Yes.
One other little bit of regular deck news, and no more decks for the rest of the show. Retro deck, which I've never played with.
No, but you know, if you have been playing with it, you're gonna have to do some reconfiguring. There's a new version out, not .4.4.b. There's some stuff that speaking of Nintendo and the Switch, stuff we can't talk about because Johnny Nintendo's lawyers are gonna come after us. Also some linking to help find PlayStation 1 BIOSes, which is always nice. Puts them in a more convenient folder. Also, they do say at the end of the release notes here, because they are constantly adding new configuration options to the emulator configs, they will have to wipe out the config files to push out those new versions. So you may need to reset all of the custom configs you have set up per emulator when you run the update.
Yeah, that's kind of a big no-no for me because I'm that person that the first thing I do whenever I get, game or an emulator up and running, the first thing I do is I go check the controls, and I'm probably going to change something. I usually do because, accessibility and whatnot. That, no. Making me go through that everything, no.
You can always just set them as read-only and see what breaks and what doesn't.
Right?
Yeah, if you can find the file, yeah.
I mean, seriously, raise your hand if you haven't done that. When it's down to that, you're like, you know what? We're going to make that config file read-only.
Yeah.
Now
Yeah,
what?
you know
NVIDIA
what?
drivers.
Now Root owns this motherfucker. Have fun with it.
Now, what is this next thing about non-Steam game?
Well, so this is a handy little, I guess you call it blog post, Reddit post, long form Reddit content.
Yes.
And I guess you could describe it as a guide about what the fuck a wine prefix is and how to use it. And it goes over some basics about like what a wine prefix is. It's the file system that contains all the Windows shit for wine or Proton. It explains where several of them are located, sort of what's going on in them. And a couple tools on how to manage them, how to do it manually. I'm pretty sure Strider is going to be very upset to find that Lutris is described in here as a wine prefix manager. It does other stuff. As a temporary employee of Lutris Incorporated, I'm obligated to say that it does other stuff too. I mean, but yeah, it's good to have all this information in one place though, because Steam Deck's getting really popular, even with like people outside of the Linux crowd. So as more and more people are going to be using Proton, it's going to be really useful to spread the knowledge of how it actually works under the hood. You don't need to necessarily be a program. Understanding like where prefixes are, how like the registry stuff works and the file structure will help you solve like 90% of problems in most cases. So yeah.
Yep.
So what you're saying is I buy the Steam Deck, I get in desktop mode, and I try to click my way through it and can't figure it out. Just using my non-existent knowledge base and
go on Twitter and complain that you need a PhD to install non-Steam games on the Steam Deck. Yeah,
I can do this.
I saw that today.
Ah.
Oh boy.
Yeah, it's actually a fairly comprehensive little write-up there. Very well done. It doesn't really go into the details of installing Lutris, but makes very good use of Lutris and how to setting it up. And all that, so that's very good.
A couple of new games. We got one game and one game update for everyone this week, and something that is a blast from the past where I used the search engine on LinuxGameCast.com. I'm like, I know we've talked about this because when Nintendo about to sue somebody, we normally make a mention of it. I'm talking about X Zodiac. We talked about this last year, I believe. This was one of the Godot games that were in Steam Next Fest of 2021, back in 21, back in my day. And,
that was a year ago, wasn't it? Jesus Christ.
The olden times, man. The middle times. So it was, it was pretty dope, right? This is what got me to go ahead and buy it. It's currently on early access. It's got, Fox Star for legal reasons, Harrier space, and a motorbike mode, hover F.
Yes, not F0.
All right, -0. -0. There you go. Make somebody fucking twitch.
F-0. Yeah.
I played it. I played it at a real small download too. I'm always happy when I see retro games that don't clock in at like 30 gigs or something like that. It's currently in early access. There's still work to be done on it. It's currently 10% off, $8.99. And what I remember from Star Fox was being over at a friend's house as a child. He had rented it for SNES, and we got to play around with it for an afternoon. And human memory's perfect. But what I remember from that, equally the same, man. You started off very low poly, and it's got 2 modes where you can do it in like high res, or it can have like the lower poly, the jiggly hipster pixel polygons. And it starts off using the ship through that, and the furries are trying to talk to you down at the bottom, and you're getting killed way too often to read the instructions that they're trying to give you, so you just start button mashing.
The sad irony is that the furries probably have the good advice that will help you not get killed. But
right, they're trying to save your life, man.
Do a barrel roll.
But you don't have the bandwidth to pay attention to them. It sucks. But like $10 for early access Star Fox seems pretty reasonable. It's not like, I think that's the good price point,
right?
Yeah. I had a Master System, so that Space Harrier bit is like, okay, I kind of want to. I'll wait for it's done with early access, and then I'll buy it.
Oh, and I will point out, by default, the reticule control is not inverted.
Okay,
right,
which is wrong.
Sick and wrong.
Up and down is back and forwards.
Right.
I thought up and down was left and right,
because I first started it, and I'm thinking, what? You press up to aim down, and it goes up. Then your brain's like, we can handle.
No, we can't.
We cannot handle that. It's pretty dope. You might want to check it out or wait for the final release. Either way. Here's something, though. I didn't know it's been 6 years.
Yeah, no. When you put that in the notes, it's like, has it been 6 years? Yes, it has. Alrighty, then.
We've been doing this for a while.
Canada. Yeah. It was a game that we threw chairs very, very long time ago. And apparently about 6 years ago. And
it's a horse.
It's they too have a horse. That horse looks like it's seen some shit.
That's the new game. That's the new one they're working on. They're saying that Death Road to Hyrule is going to be like the next thing that's coming out on the Death Road series. But
you want to talk about Nintendo's suicide money?
Well, they said Zelda inspired. I don't think it's going to be Death Road to Hyrule, but it's going to have elves and chopping and shit. But there's this the tier list, man. It's like the greatest organizational rubric of our era.
Yeah, that's the big thing about the update is they're improving the AI, because they had the nasty habit of, okay, this character has more of the dexterity stats, so it's always going to favor the dexterity weapons, despite having a much better strength weapon that deals a heck of a lot more damage than that dexterity weapon that's on the floor. So yeah, they fixed that to make, okay, weapons are now tiered, and the AI will try to go by tiers, and then if it has 2 weapons already and it has to decide between one of those 2 and the one that's on the floor, it's going to pick based on the character stats. Very good. So yeah, that the improvement. You can just right click and go to the betas. It's available for testing now, so get in with the new hotness.
I will also say me and Jordan and myself have tried Steam Remote Play, and I think Jordan has hearing permanently damaged from that one.
What?
Mom.
I can't hear you. Mom.
Right. So, do that. I know it's a 6-year-old game, but if you're still working on it, go ahead and tack on some online mode, because it would be great to play without Steam Remote Play, which I'm sorry, Valve, I'm not sorry. It's bullshit. It's not good for streaming.
It's a workaround, not an actual solution.
Something like a last resort. Maybe you want to do it in home and it's going to work, but yeah.
Yeah, in home, maybe.
But you know what? Thing. Death Road to Hyrule, though. Add some online co-op to that. Like, if you don't want to go and fuck with the old game, add it to the new horse.
And, okay, but yeah, with all the like AI gun logic breakdowns and stuff like that, these 2 nerds are on about glossing over the most important update: rideable attack chickens.
Oh,
yeah. How does that work?
I don't know. That's coming in Death Road to Hyrule, though, and I'm excited.
We've never encountered. How does a zombie fare
Yeah,
against the writable
that's a
attack
fair point. Yep.
So,
I have no idea.
you know how they give them like Tesla versus Lovecraft, Plants versus zombies, Mega Ultra Chicken versus zombies. Let's go.
Also, free idea. I want one of the weapons to be a thigh master. Like a blue thing that you had to squeeze together.
Yeah. Suzanne Summers. Yeah.
Sure. If you say so.
Coming up next, I wax philosophically about old commercials and the ladies I had crushes on those commercials. I don't know. We got to talk about Intel cards. Yeah, as a child, I wanted to, have my head crushed between Suzanne Summers' thighs.
Well, you never grew out of the wanting to have your head crushed thing.
Yeah.
You even bought enough weights to do that in your own home.
I'm just saying, man. Like, for me personally, if I'm going to do the kink, I want it to be a repeatable experience.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll say this one. I get the carradine, but I will never carradine myself.
I finished the new season of Kids in the Hall, the one on Amazon Prime. Very good.
I haven't watched that yet. I was
very good.
I watched a couple episodes. I was never against Kids in the Hall, and I probably watched more Kids in the Hall way after the fact as YouTube clips than I ever have when it was originally on.
Yeah. No, it feels like they kind of just picked up where they left off with this new season, and that's always good.
The trailer looked pretty lit, man.
The first episode, yeah, it has. It's not quite the boys level, but it gives you very early on like your litmus test of like, are you going to be able to continue watching this?
That's kind of what I was thinking, because like when they released that trailer a couple of months back, I'm like, they're going to push what Amazon will allow them to distribute. Oh man, what do we got? Oh yeah, vote.linuxgamecast.com. Now change us to intermission. You know what? I'll give you
And Funkytron, if you're still watching, yes, OpenSUSE was possibly my the distro I was the most disappointed with as well.
You know what? I will give OpenSUSE all the credit in the world. It is not SLES.
It is still Susie though. No.
It is still Susie, but it's like a recent Susie.
Yeah.
that some people actually, use, and so there's support sometimes.
Sometimes.
Oh yeah, if I know, like if I had to legitimately encounter SLES in 2022, I'd say no. You get somebody else.
No.
And no, hang on. This is all factored in. We all get a fucking price. But
yeah. Well, my follow-up question is: so, what is your roadmap for getting off of SLES, and where are you in it?
Linux Nuru. Ike Doherty is working on Serpentos.
Oh, he hasn't abandoned it yet?
No, still doing it.
What's wrong, Ike? You've changed.
No, that's the thing. He finishes stuff, and then once it's done, he loses interest. It's like, all right, someone else take it. Done.
Yeah. Like, how long is this going to be? None. 0.
It's done. It's technically working. I'm out. Peace.
Listen,
and Soulless was also not based on anything. Yeah.
If you have 1604 running on a server, you're fine. Like, I wouldn't be against that. That's like running into Cent
7?
No, like 6. Like 7.3 is a known quantity. I know how to fucking tango with that. Which is about to go
that's
EOL.
Kernel 232 people. At that point in Cent 6.
Silver Blue. Are they still fucking with that?
Yeah.
All right.
Or Kinoite, if you want the KDE variant.
I was going to say, can we do one with snaps? But the distro name Knoppix is taken.
Schnappix?
Did they drink the snap Kool-Aid?
Everyone, no, they don't. Everyone says they do.
The Leonard Pottering, now that he's been hired by Microsoft, wrote that blog article to say, yes, everything should be immutable, and I have an opinion that everyone always agrees with, and everyone loves what I do.
I mean, his points are reasonably well thought out.
Yes, he makes good points, but there are use cases. It's not as broad as the brush that he's trying to tar everyone with.
I got a lot of sympathy for Pottering just because he's been in the position too many times of like, really, no one else is going to fucking do anything about this?
Yeah.
I got to do this. It's not going to be pretty, but it's better than sitting around being a do-nothing bitch complaining on the internet.
Yeah, sometimes Linux users need to be dragged kicking and screaming. It's a thing.
Am I a fan of System D? I'm going to say no because they're going to have to tingle with it. I get angry at it, but I accept it. It's reality. You got choices, man.
And yes, you can rip out System D out of your running operating system. It takes some doing, but I looked up how to do it.
Or you can just like use System D and realize that's a background component that barely impacts your day-to-day life.
I'm going to say you've chosen poorly if System D affects you on a daily or monthly or bi-monthly basis. Like you got something going on that I'm curious. Write in the show.
Yeah, DevWan community, please tell me how System D killed your family
and it RD every single day
and kidnapped your dog and just made your life a living hell and slept with your
I
wife.
will say, like last week, I spent while I was uploading everything, switching everything from cron to System D timers. Not enjoyable, but again, that's who would normally have to do that.
You do it once, yeah.
And if you're in a server environment, then you have a config management tool to handle this, and you write it once. So
yeah,
it's like
unless you're using a pre-baked one and you have a nice web GUI already to do it.
Right. If you're using a pre-baked one, you can just make a fucking new image, man. Packer is not difficult to use, or any of the other imaging tools.
Oh man, yeah, corporate policy. Microsoft gets angry when you don't run RHEL, right?
I mean, if they're paying for the license, yeah.
Yeah, I would too. Hey, I love you, Red Hat, because I've had more than one Red Hat employee me offer me RHEL license. They're like, here, you can. I'm like, no, I'm good. I'll run Stint. I'll be my peasant.
They have the RHEL developer license too, so you can just like get RHEL if you're just using it for personal stuff.
Yeah. You know what, Jordan? You'll be surprised what operating system I chose.
Debian 11.
Debian 11. Actually, Debian 10 in that particular case, but yeah, Debian 11, everything. No.
I mean, RHEL's good. I got no problem with RHEL. I got no problem with CentOS.
And it comes. You pay for saying, "Here's who you blame."
Yeah, and you know what? And that's fine because
C-suite loves that. They're like, "Who do we blame when something goes wrong?" Not ourselves. We're infallible. And
if you're paying, then oftentimes like, and to Tuesday's credit, we had it with them, where like we gave them a running problem, and like 3 days later they sent us a patched RPM that's like, here, try this out.
Right, and you know what? That hits differently than closed won't fix.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, like actually having someone on the hook for support. Yeah, it's pretty nice sometimes.
I did. Okay, this is like GitHub adjacent. I left a review for Gutenberg because it pissed me off the other day. Like, finally.
It was. Did you finally click on like how? Because I got hit by that posting a thing. It's like, how do you like Gutenberg? I'm like, 1 star. Would you like to post a review? No. Are you gonna make me type it in Gutenberg?
It has just gotten to the point where I can't delete. I had a block thing, and I had to do it line by line. And you know what? I went to look in the WordPress plugin with the Gutenberg, which has a 2-star rating, and I think that's being generous. And of course, I'm like, you know what? Ever since I've had to start using Gutenberg, since we've switched over to a review plugin that requires the code blocks to use, and the title of my review was as dumpster fire hyphenated, and I'm like, no, this is just a bunch of extra steps with, I don't know who this is made for. And there's not a person alive that hasn't been like, this is Talking Toys and it's useless and everything takes twice as long to do. Somebody from the Gutenberg development team or whoever their PR person, like, it would be more helpful if you could take time to, it was like that canned response of like, you're never going to come back to this. Like, lay out everything, to which I retorted, you have 2.7 thousand open issues on your GitHub dating back to 2017.
Yeah.
I saw their community person on Twitter saying something. Did you retweet it or someone retweeted it?
No, I wouldn't.
Yeah. So they were saying, it's like, we understand that Gutenberg has been a somewhat controversial choice. Like, from what I hear between Ven and Jordan, it's not controversial. It's shit.
Yeah, it sucks.
I was willing to give it a chance. I mean, I'm stuck with it. Now it's an adversarial type relationship I've developed with it after giving it a chance. It's rare that I can say that I'm using a text editor that sole mission is to fuck me. And that's Gutenberg.
Oh, did you make a mistake? Time to delete your entire document.
Right?
Yeah.
Like changing header size is now like a 3-click process.
I really was not a fan of moving preview to press the button to preview in this, preview in this, preview in this. Oh, no.
Right? You know what? The publish thing, I'm down for. Like,
Sure, it's an extra guard, though.
Right. I like that. Because that saves me. Not really saved me, but I get it. You do have to think. Yeah, I can respect that. But basically, Gutenberg is a, what block would you like? Classic editor.
Yes.
That's pretty much it. Everything else is, you feel like you're removing like wires from a bomb, man. Like, can I try this? Can I do this?
Yeah, keep talking and nobody publishes this article.
You could probably gamify Gutenberg. It's bad enough, man.
Yeah, it's just DLC for keep talking, nobody explodes.
I mean, more power to a team of people saying we're going to redefine how word processing works, and we don't have fuck all clue about how to do it. Never change something for the sake of change. Printing press, perhaps. You know what? I wouldn't mind doing reverse fucking type on a slide, like, compared to
Gutenberg. Yeah,
I would fucking think about it.
It would take a hot second. It's the meme with like the two buttons and the guy's just like,
Oh man, like it was enough to where I even made a meme and posted it on Twitter, man. Why can't you be normal? Okay, we got a news segment, and we're going to talk about Arc. We're going to talk about Epic positively, and we're going to talk about GOG with a positive thing. Amazon Games, more of a curiosity, fuck. And Groverlay, but it's called Goverlay.
Yes, not the Sesame Street character.
No, Groverlay's on
Groverlay's on OnlyFans, man.
Yeah. And your brain immediately went, "Don't search it because you know it's there."
I'm not gonna yuck anyone's yum, but like the clown OnlyFans stuff, that does not appeal to me.
You're not a fan of the Clussy?
Not a fan of the Clussy.
I learned a new thing. I was today's years old.
That was a thing. It wasn't just on OnlyFans. It was on Twitter for 2 weeks or so ago. It was all over the place. Like, can we not?
Well, it's been a while. It's been a thing for a while, and I've known of a couple performers who do that. Like I said, I don't understand the appeal personally, but whatever, right?
I don't have colorophobia, but I don't like clowns that much.
chorophilia either. Is what you're saying.
No.
Bad touch, clown no like, bad crispy. Yeah, that's when I think of clowns, man, I immediately just go to killer clowns from outer space like a normal person. I don't want to see those shagging. A lot. I mean,
you know what? I would want to see Violent J and Shaggy make tender love to each other.
Possibly. Welcome to 2022, where you talk about ICP and you're like, yeah, you mean normal people?
Yeah, the the supportive parents? Yeah.
All right. Woohoo! It's down to 28 degrees.
24.
But what is the
2 in the
easiest
morning.
way?
Come on.
Can't even go to bed at 24 without AC, man.
Yeah, you gotta have the window open. It's like,
Get the fan on you, yeah.
Yeah, even with a fan on me, because other reasons. Where was I even going with that? I had a thought. It died, man, like violently. It was removed from existence. What do you want to play tonight?
You want to do
I was going to ask you two a question.
What?
What's the best way to set up like I temporarily want, like very temporarily, because I plan on, like, again, we went over that in the pre-show, like swapping out the motherboard and Jackbox, like a nice little GUI, because I know LM Sensors has like fan detect, because it has to for laptops. What's a nice GUI for like easy, like which has fan curves and shit built in that you've used that you know about it?
That's a Pedro question, yeah.
Yeah.
Usable fan curves, that's the difficult one.
That's not gonna like have it out with my MOBA settings.
Yeah.
Also, motherboard manufacturers, give me a button that says generate load. How fucking handy would that be?
Yeah.
For setting fan curves.
Just calculate some random prime numbers.
It doesn't, listen, you already have a browser there. Like, just go to The Verge or some shit.
I remember the name of it.
go to Bloomberg and get inundated by all the JavaScript trackers. Yeah.
Like, hit any modern website, except for ours, because we have patrons. Well, no ads or anything like that. But yeah, any modern news site, which is going to open them, what, minimum of 2 autoplaying videos.
I was reading a Cory Doctorow item about that, where it's like they did a bunch of analysis, and like, yeah, most of the website slowdown is from like these trackers, because when you click on a link, you don't actually go to the page, you get sent to a refer link, which fucks up and then doesn't redirect you to the page you're supposed to go, right? Because they got to track your clicks, man.
They want to get you in there. That is because I run no script, and when I hit a website and it just nothing loads, I'm like, nope. You gotta give me a little bit of taste.
Reader
fan
mode
control
has been a bit
GUI
of a...
if you just want the fan control GUI. That will give you some control over your fan curve, but from what I've read, it doesn't actually stick.
Okay, I was just curious if you'd actually use something. I can anything
I usually
right now. While I appreciate the effort being done, I can do too.
Yeah, I just set the fan curve after I put everything in the new case with the new Noctua fans. I just went on the motherboard and I set the very it's the reverse of an asymptote.
Shit, don't make me do trigonometry. Damn it. Fuck.
I can't remember what it's called, but yeah, I set that fan curve.
Oh man, algebra is
logarithmic. Thank you.
That basic, I could have done that. Logs have rhythm too. I forget who said the quote, like algebra is the most difficult thing you'll ever learn and never use in the real world.
Until you end up having to use it, and then you're like, shit, how do I do that stuff again?
No, something I've yet to use. Numerical analysis.
I took an entire semester of statistics, man. The only thing that taught me was like, man, I can make anything.
Yes.
Fuck
damn
graphs. Like,
lies, damn lies and statistics.
Only pull up stats and graphs when you're trying to win an argument, because you know full well Yeah, depending on size and scope of that, like I can make that look. Remember those benchmarks? It was like 2 frames over, and it was.
Yeah, you know, just truncate that y-axis. You know.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly. Let me just dial down the pool.
Let me just show you how. Let's just improve this contrast, this image contrast, just a little bit. Oh, look, it's much larger, but but the line starts like all the way up here, anyways. So
now I say this, but I definitely read an entire like Medium post about a fast way to katana your getting a square root using what the original like build engine or idtech 1 maybe. Because that was fascinating as hell. If you tell me a story, I'm going to watch
the inverse square root function Carmax thing. Yeah. I sometimes like you hear these stories and you're like, man, people are fucking really smart sometimes.
Yeah, they are, right? Mm-hmm. And of course, that like it's where you apply it, because I immediately have that thought when some wicked smart person gives me, is like, how do I do this thing with audio and Linux? I'm like, you could figure this out. This is not, but I mean, it's where your interest is, man.
It's the specialization stuff, right? Like,
right.
What's basic to you is like high level advanced shit to other people because they're just not exposed to it. It astounds me how programmers don't understand how computer networks work, despite the fact that they write software for computer networks. It astounds me what the level of like cargo cultiness is here. Like,
all right. Yeah. That's doesn't surprise me. But yes, that does sound like the true.
Yeah. You know, just use this framework. It manages it for you. All right, cool. I don't need to think about these things.
Well, it's the further away that you get removed, and that's something that, we're going to be talking about game engines in a minute, and that is like one thing I think Unity still has over Unreal, because I can definitely crack open Unity and like immediately start fucking around. Not so much with Unreal yet. I need a button that says make game.
click export.
Mm-hmm.
Make Linux,
you go
please.
to the Unreal store, you download the game asset, and then just sell it like Unity did.
All right. Let me get a refill, and we're gonna hop into it. Yeah. Also, I'm using a 2060 as a fan. Does that count as a hack?
As a fan?
Yeah, I'm using it to cool the AIO by putting the AIO and blocking the front fan with it, so it's forcing air to get sucked in.
Frostclaw, right. I hope the firmware you're writing for medical devices like makes it so that you need like a challenge auth password to like modify Bluetooth or modify pacemaker settings via Bluetooth, because there were a couple of those pacemakers that you could just automatically just pair with and shut someone's heart down.
I mean, medical equipment is notoriously insecure, though, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, nobody's going to go back and check your work on that.
Massively antiquated. Yes.
Yeah, there was that great talk by that lawyer lady from Gnome, Sarah Sharp, I think, where she's like, yeah, no, they said they needed to put a pacemaker in my chest. I'm like, can I look at the code? If this thing's going to accidentally kill me, I would like to understand this. Right. And the hospital's like, gotta talk to the manufacturer. And the manufacturer's like, why do you want to look at the code of the thing that's going in your body? And it's like, because it's going in my body.
No.
It's literally going to be in me. That's why.
It is going to be. It's going to be mediating my heart functions, and I kind of need that to live.
Come on, man. 20 go to pump.
Yeah, right. Or Karen Sandler. Okay, that's who it was. Okay.
Yeah, no. When they first published that bit about most pacemakers just being an open Bluetooth receptacle, it's like, oh no, no.
Oh yeah, yeah. We live in the shitty cyberpunk dystopia, Pedro. It's here. This is at least Shadowrun had elves and shit. We don't get that at all.
Elves, magic, orcs. Yeah, bring it. I don't know. We really do live in the shittiest timeline. there was that talk, rumor, that the conspiracy theory, there we go, that's the word I was looking for, that when they did that experiment at the Large Hadron Collider the other day, a couple of weeks ago, that they actually moved Earth into a parallel timeline. I went looking. It's like, okay, what's different? What's different? Nothing was different, so I was disappointed. We got the most boring dystopia. It's like, so all the corporations are stupid and evil. Gotcha. Okay, cool. They are out for greed on the short term and fuck everyone else. Cool, right? Gotcha. Mm-hmm. I think that's more revealing of the kind of trauma you've put that hamster through than anything else. Tian? Plan? You know. Yes. Where are the sexy robots in general? You can get a Steam Deck, Frostclaw. You can either play the Craigslist roulette, or you wait. You totally a thing that you can get Steam Deck like that. Oh, you work for 40 hours, you know. I'm a little, yeah. Little jealous.
Yeah, I'm salaried, so it's you work until the job is done. Sometimes that's 2 hours. Sometimes that's 16 hours. Yeah.
As long as they keep offering to pay me for the extra time, I'm going to keep working close to 50 hours a week. When that ends, yeah, it's like, nope, I'm going back to working the hours that I'm paid for and nothing else.
All right. Are we good?
Meh.
All right. I'll take that as a maybe.
The good, the bad, and the meh.
Yeah. Fiercely indifferent.
Yeah, I want to see that Western. The good, the bad, and the
Yeah.
That's all right.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're about to record the news segment, and Pedro's gonna blow your minds with his awesome intro in 3, 2.
You know, the camera wasn't even on me and I was already feeling the pressure. And then the camera moves to me and I'm like, oh God, what do I say? So then this stream of consciousness comes out of my mouth and, well, better than last week's, I guess. I don't even remember last week's.
Me either.
I didn't drink that much.
I just blank all of these segments out in my mind. It's just like, how was the podcast? It's like, I was definitely there. If you want to join us in dissociation land, head on over to patreon.com/LinuxGameCast and sign up. You can get into our Discord channel via that, which is the capital of disassociation land, or you can get into it via our twitch.tv/LinuxGameCast, become a subscriber. Link your Twitch and your Discord account, or link your Discord or your Patreon account, and maybe you'll get in. We don't really control this. We can run a cron job. That's kind of it. But coming Patreon gets you some cool stuff, like access to the pre super shows, and where we discuss Dungeons and Dragons trailers. And what else?
I mean, if you like the meaty middle, where we just our fuck around mode in between segments, that's pure fuck around mode.
Yeah, 100%, because that's like the wind up. That's like the 0 to 60, and then so if you want to catch that, join our Patreon. You can also Yeah, if you're in Discord, you can also RSVP to game streams. Ven does stuff on Tuesdays and on Fridays. I do some multiplayer stuff sometimes on Thursdays. So yeah,
you had a couple people in your chat.
I did. People have been following around. I made my tiny Ven stone into a golem, and yeah, people seem to be invested in that.
That's my payback. All right.
Well, I figured, yeah, you want the crown, right? You're basically a hobbit. Bitch, explain to me how you're not a hobbit again. Anyways,
I wasn't a hobbit. I was a mongoose wizard. Goddammit.
All right. Anyways, we got a store as well. Store.linuxgamecast.com. You can buy some merch. You can buy some t-shirts, stickers, hoodies. Do we still got coffee cups on there? I want to say we do.
I'm going to take a look. I'm clicking merch.
There are mugs. Yes,
there are mugs. So if you want to fill a mug with Hell Elks mayonnaise and just sip that at work, you absolutely
can. Hell Elks stickers. Look at that. It's
yeah,
covering up the naughty word with another naughty word.
Yeah, you could. You can stick them on the back of your work MacBook and pretend that you have a Mayo book. What else? Stores. We got wish lists. Yeah, you can buy me some dice. You can buy Pedro.
What the fuck do you need with 36 dices?
What don't I need?
I don't listen.
Listen, I keep sticking them up my nose, and I don't know where they go afterwards.
I wonder which body hole they were going into this week.
Yeah, but yeah,
an Athlon 300G.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, you know, so that if I get another A350 motherboard, I don't have to fully disassemble my computer. So that.
Let's see. What does Pedro have?
Pedro's he's got an incoming file transfer.
You are really. Have you graduated from picking locks? Now you're getting to safes.
I already bought all the lock.
Oh, okay. Heat gun. I just try to assume what Pedro's mischief is.
Some arms. Our blinky keyboards. Bullshit.
I mean, the Xiaomi electric scooters have actually come down, so I put one there. No one ever scrolls down that far, but it's there.
It's out of stock. So no, you
man. If the build quality of those scooters is anything like their phones, you are going to die.
We do have one for the studio if you want to get your name back here and be shamed each and every week. Nothing terribly exciting. I'm building a new Jackbox. So there's that. This thing will never come down in price because fucking AMD. God damn it.
Because they only made 6 of them, right?
Right.
Yeah.
NVMe drive, really expensive Lenovo ThinkStation, and fuck that. No one get goddamn Switch. I'm buying that. Wrong button.
need that Bayonetta. All right.
I got to get my Bayonetta fixed, man. October.
Speaking of wish lists, though, we got some on Steam as well. I didn't put it on mine, but Pedro. Did Foxy get you something on yours?
Yeah, he did. I had Tunic on my wish list. Basically,
wait a minute. Wait. We got to backtrack this a little bit. Foxy got you a game, not unusual, but
yes,
yeah.
Foxy got you a game that was actually on your wish list.
Yes.
Huh.
Strange. I know. It's bizarre.
I know, yeah, but
usually it's like purely his whim. But
I had actually gifted Foxy a copy of Tunic shortly after it came out because it was saying, "Oh yeah, I won." It's like, all right, there you go. Gift an Aussie a game day. That's totally a thing you should celebrate. Because prices there are insane.
Oh, so you got him a copy. He's just normalizing it so he can go back.
No, he's just balancing it out.
Right.
I mean, Foxy bought me a copy of not Pokemon Temtem, so I guess I'm gonna have to try that out. That's the humble version of Pokemon that implements a bunch of the features that the fans have wanted. That Nintendo's like, nah, you don't actually want this. We're just gonna shit out a game and make you pay $100 for it.
I was looking through my wish list and it's like all the stuff that I really want isn't out yet.
Yeah.
I
have like the block of 5 games at the bottom of my Steam wish list. It's like, okay, when you're out. All right.
What's out? What are you waiting on? Like I'm waiting on Spider-Man, Silk Song, and Axiom Verge.
I'm waiting on a few boomer shooters and one Bloodborne-like, The Lies of P, which is basically like extra grim, dark Pinocchio.
Okay.
Okay.
I saw the trailer for that. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
Jordan, do you have any idea what's on your wish list?
No, because I don't think I think it's been emptied or it's very close to being emptied. I gotta go look at that again. But maybe I can play some games on my new Intel Arc GPU.
You know what? That might actually happen. This is some Tom's Hardware. Speaking of sites that like to have 2, possibly 3 autoplaying videos, overclocked Intel Arc A380 shows impressive games. Misapplication of the use of the word impressive, but apparently the power limits were holding back the performance. YouTuber, what's his name? I don't know. Cyrillic. Help me out, gentlemen.
Russian Guyevich, yeah.
Yes. Russian person.
Who I would
actually
like to
put it
give
through the
credit,
ringer.
But both of my co-hosts have fucked off on that. So check it out. Overclocked, it almost trades blows with a kneecap 1650. And when I say kneecap 1650, I mean the one that only uses bus power.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not terribly great, but, on average, overclocked, the A380 managed an additional 20 FERPs. So, does that make it good? Not necessarily. But, as I'll remind Pedro before he gets into his thing about TDPs, we're talking about maximum theoretical load, not actual load, because the stock configuration for the Airbus 380 hovers around 35 watts. Overclocked, 55 watts. Now,
Yeah.
Now, I'm with you to the next question is like, why does it have a 6-pin?
8-pin. Yeah.
8-pin?
It's the total board power supposedly goes up to 92 watts, which is concerning if this is the level of performance that it exhibits when compared to a 1650, which is 75 watts. And if you are, say, you have an old PC that you want to update, and you want to, maybe you were considering the Intel card, just put the A380 on it and just use that. If you have the power supply that supports that extra 8-pin PCIe power connector, get an RX 570 instead. The 8 gig version, it runs laps around both the 1650 and the A380.
Those Polaris GPUs, we shat on them when they originally came out, but they've been punching above their weight class.
How desperate
for
times
DX12.
are, man.
Yeah.
You're looking at and how far we've not really advanced between generations. We were talking about that in the pre-super shows, where I looked at it and went, "Hey, man, you know what? My 2060, which I upgraded to a 3060 on the production box, and you're like, maybe it's faster if you squint, but that was about it." Here's the thing, though, with the A380. No one, we've seen Intel demoing the, what was it, 750, 780?
Yeah, 350?
The 750, and supposedly there's a 770 as well.
Okay, they've bothered to acknowledge those cards exist. Not so with the but we don't even know if the 380 is even going to make it to the U.S. market.
That's true.
They've
No.
been quiet about that. It's like if Tom Peterson and Ryan Shroud have been doing the rounds saying like, if it comes out, if this, if that.
All right.
Yeah, it might be a China only. You might have to order one on the slow boat.
Yeah, I don't know when. I think that card is pretty much going to be exclusive. That I used the cheapest option when I was having someone else build my gaming PC on their web zone. They're like, "This is one step above integrated graphics."
The
Again,
GT 710.
Yeah. Or the Quadro, whatever that.
The
ancient,
the NVS 2000 or
something
whatever.
like that.
Yeah.
The one where you go, they still make that.
Yeah, the one where it's the GeForce with all the minus all the 3D shit.
You know what? I was looking at that Threadripper at Lenovo, which is like $2,000. And I'm like, you know what? If that comes with like a 4K, like that, maybe I could justify. I go there and it was that bullshit. And I'm like, man, get wrecked. I don't like, why do you even include that? That's wasting silicon. Now, Epic did a stealth release.
They did. And kudos on Flibbity Jibbity Bo, who actually picked up on it. And yes, the new version of the editor for what is looking to be the default engine going forward. Thanks, Unity. You've been making things real easy for everyone. It's available on Linux. Go download it. It is, you do have to have an Epic account, and Ven was trying to sign into the website while he was setting up, and he got to the point, you know what? No, I'm just not gonna.
No.
So, yeah, it is there. If you want to give it a look, please do go ahead. It seems to be official. At least it is on the official website, and it has its own dedicated page. It's not just a forums thing like it used to be for Unreal 4. So progress.
Now, here's where I'm at with this. Were either of you miscreants around in Discord when I was doing our due diligence and testing this on Debian 11?
Oh yeah, Strider was saying that, like, installing it on Debian means that Unreal Engine 5 is a piece of shit.
No. It was the while I was still waiting on the download to finish. It's kind of chunky, by the way. It's about 20 gigabytes.
Yeah,
I mean, not out of, it's a game engine, whatever.
Yeah.
And Strider, like, you're going to download it, it's not going to run it, you're going to accuse it of being a piece of shit. I'm like, you're projecting. I don't do shit like that. That's why I'm fucking downloading it to test it out, to say, hey, does it work on Debian 11? Which it did. And it did load. Now, it did complain. It did complain because I'm running this production box. It's running the long live, the 495 drivers, not the 515. And it gave me a nice little pop-up window. And it's like, hey, man, you might want to run 515. Like, yeah, you know what? I don't. But I'm going to be curious. And it launched. I got into the 3D, the prefab for a first-person shooter thing. I was pretty decent with that. And, I immediately deleted it after that because...
Well, I know that Flibbit has tested this on Fedora, so I know it runs on that as well. And, like, it's definitely cool, but I don't think this is for us. I think this is actually a release for all those Disney digital set designers and the people who are doing like all the virtual set shit for like all the like Netflix and Amazon and stuff. Those animation rigs are not running Windows, let me tell you that. So, maybe they need to have some Linux support to better support it. But hey, just working because of SDL2 is pretty fucking dope, though. Use cross-platform stuff. It works.
It's just there. You don't have to compile it. Years ago when they made the source available, I remember downloading Unreal Engine and compiling it and effectively doing what I did. But you know what? I could do what I did the last time, opening it, get into the prefab first person, like, well, I'm done. That's my game development experience.
Well, at least this time the editor doesn't crash after you launch it, right? Like, that was kind of the problem when they did the initial source release.
So, Pedro, do you have any thoughts on this?
It is just good. My hate for Epic stops very much at the Tim Sweeney side of things, because the technology is actually interesting, and the Epic Store not supporting Linux and wanting the exclusives, I don't like that either.
Well, we can finally stop talking about Epic and talk about...
No such luck. No, apparently Epic and GOG, the two companies who have outright refused to bring their clients to Linux, well, they've made it so the community makes clients for them instead. And the most prominent one that's been coming out over the past couple of years has been Heroic. And this version, it's significant. That's Goverlay. If you're looking at the video version,
I didn't know I was paying attention. Come on,
I was testing you. Yes,
but yes, the Heroic Games launcher. It's got a very nice GUI. We've been covering pretty much every release that they've put out, and version 2.40 beta 2 is currently out. You have the GOG cloud saves, the Epic overlay, and both EAC and BattleIR runtimes. It checks, what is it? Are we anti-cheat yet? And it'll put a little icon on the games page inside the Heroic launcher if it has either of those anti-cheats. And if it does, it just grabs the runtimes and plops the necessary library. I gotta throw
this down, man. I went looking for some screenshots and I was getting ready to talk some shit. They technically have screenshots of this, but man, that is the most begrudgingly listed screenshots. See how far down you have to scroll before you get to that on the main page.
There are screenshots. They have screenshots.
I mean, credit where credit's due, man. But yeah, that took a minute.
Yeah, and they have, in the releases, they actually have a couple of screenshots of the new stuff, like the cloud saves. You got a little pop-up to say, cloud save feature is in beta. Make sure everything's backed up, otherwise you might lose them, obviously. So, it is... This is... they've been making very good improvements. They also added the ability to prefer system libraries now. If you happen to be running those, it's Real nice.
Yeah, Heroic is starting to look real slick now.
Isn't it?
Yeah, it's been like around for what, a year now, 2 years now, and
Right.
yeah, it kind of went from like this sort of janky, not Lutris thing to like, hey, yo, we're like full featured like GOG Epic Game Store client now because no one else is doing it. So yeah,
My experience, I think I'm not alone, is with GOG. I have a ton of games because they had that like GOG Connect thing with Steam.
Yeah.
But outside of that I've purchased on there have just been like game asset files for open source engines.
yeah, or if something gets like real cheap on GOG, and
No.
yeah, no, not even.
No, my barrier to entry is incredibly high. I need a play button valve. All right, I can do a play button. Sometimes I'll even change Proton versions. Might even enter, but that's where I'm at these days in my old madness.
I am ever so slightly less lazy, but yeah, I am motivated by a good deal because I am nothing but a stereotype.
Amazon has games.
Yeah.
Speaking of good games, my first thought was,
Speaking of no Linux games,
oh, right. There's something you can do about it, though. Unofficial Amazon Games client, because no one dared say official Amazon Games client. We're talking about denial. And here it is. It's Linux native Amazon Games client with, again, no screenshots. That's where I was kind of getting at. But I think like a lot of people, I was like, wait a minute, you get games on Amazon? This is really an attempt to kind of let everyone know, yeah, Amazon has games, and apparently they give them away with your Prime membership, to which I went, I can get free games with my Prime membership? Interesting. It might not work with online games. They go through, everything to tell that, and it could use a release package because it doesn't have one right now.
yeah,
Or any screenshots. I don't, Pedro, have you found screenshots? Help me.
No. In fact, I went looking for an actual screenshot of the old Amazon client that I used to use back in the day.
We have an icon. Well,
Yes, the icon that they have at the top of the README.
Yeah, but no, there are definitely games on Amazon right now. Felsteel Arbiter's Mark is free on Prime. If you want to check out a pretty dope Final Fantasy Tactics inspired game, it is only the Windows version. But the if you don't want to pay for it and you still want to try it out, Felsteel guys got the money for it. Anyways, one thing I did find interesting about this project is that it uses bottles to launch the games after it's downloaded it.
I mean,
Makes
good.
sense. Yep.
Yeah.
Very good.
I wonder if Strider's going to be looking at Stridering all of this code into Ludris.
I don't know. I will say I look forward to the smiley face from the Bottles team that leaves a little smiley face every time.
Hi, Bottles,
whenever
guys.
we mention them.
Bottles.
So happy.
Just smiley face.
Yeah.
They're just happy to be included. It's great.
It's a take relationship. We just take the smiley face.
Yeah.
We take all of the smileys.
I want it to be called Groverlay. Yeah.
I'm going to call it Groverlay. Well, it's great because now Groverlay has Gramescope support. You can run VK Cube in it. They also added a frame counter and GPU throttle monitor to their Mango HUD, which is always nice. It's a pretty simple release. Groverlay.
Where was that job in school, man? They had Hull monitor. I never saw a sign up for throttle monitor.
Throttle monitor? Yeah. Well, you gotta
the throttle kids nowadays.
yeah, you gotta block the kids from going into the bathroom, right? You gotta throttle those connections. But yeah, this is for release 0.09. Links to all this stuff in the show notes. Very, very, very basic stuff. But not every release has to be brand breaking new tech. Sometimes you can have small increments, stuff getting fixed.
It can absolutely be brown breaking too.
Brown breaking, yeah, brown grounds.
I like this. I like this so much. Fun story. We have collaborative show notes using Google Docs, and if you're a patron at a certain level and above, we just give you access so you can watch us argue during the week as we're putting together a show. And Pedro was, I would say, furiously typing for comedic effect, but Pedro would go, I wasn't furiously typing.
No, I was trying to find the articles at the same time, and then at one point I realized what I was doing. It's like, oh god, I'm doing this again, so I stopped, and I left it at that.
Pedro was upset that the current binary doesn't work on his ancient busted-ass system, and you know what, I need to try it on my ancient busted-ass system, Debian 11, and it didn't work. I'm like, how hard is this to compile, everyone?
Apparently not very much.
2 libraries, man.
Yeah.
You needed Lazarus and libqt5 pass. That was it. It compiled. I launched it, closed it, deleted it. did my victory lap, and went on about my day. Because every time I see this, and it's a really neat program. Also, kudos to the developer. You had a lot going on in your life, and you still got around to this.
Mm-hmm.
Every time I go to play around with this, to like make some changes with Mango HUD, I end up just opening the Mango HUD config file. I'm like, this is so logically well documented and laid out.
Everything is commented out, and it tells you exactly what everything does. Yeah.
Makes you long for good documentation.
Documentation standards, man. Like, yeah. When you deal with projects with good documentation, and then you have to go set up Jack using the official documentation, and you go, teardrop.
Oh, yeah, where it's just not there.
Or
to make
wrong?
sure wrong, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, the issue that I ran into was just it uses the binary precompiled version that you can download. It uses glibc 234, which, of course, it no worky on 2004 because that's using glibc 231. So, yeah, apparently, I remember
He's doing this Flying Spaghetti Monsters work page, where he's trying to encourage people to get off.
That's fine. And when I get a Gen 4 PCIe NVMe SSD, I will probably install
you and your
Nobara.
bullshit requirements. What wheel did you spin to come up with that?
No, it's just that since I'm going to be changing my root SSD anyway, I might as well install a new distro.
What would you need with a Gen 4 SSD? You're never going to come anywhere near tapping that.
It's going to be for root, low latency, all the things.
He wants the cool thing. That's the only reason.
That's normally where I go.
Yeah.
I'm like, because I fucking want it. That's neat.
Powerful computers are like a vanity thing, really, if you think about it. They don't actually. But yeah, let's talk about Feral. They released something.
Oh man.
Ooh.
Yeah, and it's not a Total War reskin surprise. Yeah, so Game Mode has a new version out. You might remember Game Mode as the thing that Feral released. Yeah, that Feral released back when they were actually putting out Linux games to help provide an automated way to tune systems so that, you know, it runs in performance mode for games. So you don't have to mess around with like renicing the process or what was the other thing it did? I don't know.
It increased the priority. It set your CPU governor to performance.
The governor. That was the other thing. And it did a couple other things, but they have a new version out. There is now a game mode list command, so you can actually see running processes that are registered with game mode, which is pretty cool. It will now also respect your path variable, which is, you know, very useful in a Linux system that requires you to have a path set up. Also, if you're using systemd, you get automatic creation of the game mode group. If you're on Devuan, though, how are you playing games on Devuan? Let me know.
I do what I want.
Most of them don't need systemd, so that's the advantage.
I guess if you're using Devuan and playing games on it, send us some hate mail. I want to know what's up.
That's kind of interesting. Am I getting any bonus sodas on this outside of like my CPU boop script that just changes the power save?
I'm looking at the list now. So it does the CPU governor, it does the IO priority, it does the process niceness, does the kernel scheduler, does screensaver inhibiting, arguably the most important one. It sets the GPU performance mode if you have an AMD or an NVIDIA GPU.
You don't need to worry about it on NVIDIA. Just plug in 3 monitors or more.
Yeah, it's always running in high performance mode. And you can set custom scripts, which is where the path thing also becomes relevant, because you could set certain games to always be, whenever you started that game, it would always run in game mode. But if you didn't, and you wanted to manually launch a game with game mode, you type game mode, and then the game executable or %command % in Steam. A couple of games just straight up refuse to launch if you did that. So I'm hoping that the changes to the path will fix that.
Can we change this, Valve? The % command. Can we just change it like #eat?
No, it's a Windows thing too. It's a batch scriptingism that somehow made it into Linux now, and I hate it every time.
That's the equivalent to like the
asterisk
dollar sign. Sign,
and then dollar.
It's
command.
the variable. Yeah.
What I guess the inbuilt templating engine in Steam does that. But you know, whatever.
Hey man, it's good to see somebody at Feral still showing. You know, Feral, they got us through the dry times, man.
I think this was a community push release. I think
most of the contributors don't seem directly employed by Feral.
Yeah, Feral just hit the release button. But hey, they're still doing it, which is nice.
Right.
Because they only get repos, so no one has to fork it. Okay, coming up next, Knight's Rook to Queen's Bishop 4. I don't know what that means, but if you play this
Capybara
game,
3.
you might.
And a big thank you to Mr. Finch for gifting everyone subs.
Yeah.
You get a sub. You get a sub.
I love getting subs for channels that I'm an admin of.
But I wondered, Quiznos. Does Quiznos still exist? They had that wonderful commercial.
We love you subs!
Right. That's all I know of them.
Yeah, pretty much.
I need to pee. I'll be right back.
I ate at a Quiznos a couple of years ago because, like, I finally had an opportunity to eat at one where it was just like, there was the only thing around that, like, looked remotely appetizing.
Okay.
And it's like worse Subway. I think Subway still does it better.
I don't know if it was Ireland or Scotland, or at odds with Subway classifying their bread as bread.
Yeah, because it's like sandwich loaf or so. I don't know.
No, the sugar content of their bread classifies it as a dessert.
Ah, it's a cake.
Yeah. Think about that next time you're eating fresh.
I mean, I can't now because I'm in a relationship with someone who will die if I eat there. But yeah.
You can't eat what, bread?
Yeah, wheat. Anything with wheat in it.
Ever?
I mean, I gotta wash my hands and brush my teeth afterwards. So it's just easier to not eat it.
You just take the hit? Take the hit?
Yeah.
Watch out for Jordan's hands. They need washing.
I wash them. They're clean. I have a bunch of torn calluses on them now. Yeah.
Why don't you get some damn gloves, man?
Because I'm trying to regrow the calluses.
You know what? That's an interesting hobby, but you can get good gloves and they work.
Yeah. And then every deadlift you do with them is fucking cheater McCheater pants deadlift. So, you know.
According to what internet EPeen contest?
According to the IPF rules, so.
You're in the IPF?
No, but I might want to compete one day. And if I want to do that, I need to be able to pull deadlift with bare hands.
Oh, so you do the wrap thing around the bar and shit that's not cheating?
No, I do that, and it is cheating unless you're in strongman, which they allow. But I don't fault strongman because then it's like, okay, after you do this, go pick up a 400-pound rock, and then go pick up these two 400-pound like scuba tanks and carry them 20
Strongman
meters.
and the people who participate in strongman know it's fucking entertainment. They know it.
Yeah.
You know what you're there for. You're there to do that shit, but more importantly, put on a good show while you're doing it.
Yeah, exactly. But like, I'm not gonna give them shit because like they gotta go lift this one insanely heavy thing, and then 5 minutes later, go lift this other insanely heavy thing. They can use straps. That's fine.
I need to get things loaded up for the chair position, which means, hey, look, it loaded. Never mind. Hey, maybe they finally fixed that. No BS.
Gluten isn't bad. It's just a protein. My partner is allergic to wheat, so I can't have anything with gluten in it. That will just cause her throat to close up, which is no good. Don't want that.
All candies and shit like that?
Well, anything with wheat. That not everything has it in there, but like a lot of random stuff does. Like
that's what I'm saying. Like a lot of shit's got gluten in it.
Yeah, like moisturizer, like hand cream. The vitamin E they use is like derived from wheat. So like, yeah.
Then again, I got to be on team. I would definitely buy a bottle of hand scream.
Hand scream.
Yeah. Make those mitts squeal. Hey, if you want to participate, you can head over to vote.linuxgamecast.com. We've got a couple of show titles submitted by North Ranger, Twitch Bridge, Scott Michonne, and Shat Bridge. Tapping that root, groundbreaking. You are going to die. Mongoose.
You are going to die. Yep.
Gonna get one from Mongoose Wizard. And all right. There we go. I got my little boats in.
I'm gonna give Dissociation Land a vote. I'll go.
Twizzlers has wheat flour in it.
Yep.
That's the spiral red one, right?
Yep.
All right. I hate sweets, so I'm pretty good. I go to Candyland and like look, but it's like the same things. I mean, admittedly, I look at things that I think I might be interested in, like the sour stuff, but it's all different shapes of fish.
I'm a big sweet tooth. I'm proud of myself. I've gone 6 weeks without consuming any like processed sugar.
Mm-hmm.
I dropped 25 pounds, which is good.
They might be related.
Yep. I mean, I wasn't really eating a lot of processed sugar to begin with, but like, you know, cookie here or there.
It was intake.
Yeah, really, like cutting out a lot of the fat content in my meals has caused that big calorie deficit.
That's one secret.
Yeah, calories in, calories out. Doesn't mean it's fucking hard though, man. You gotta sit there and be miserable and starve.
Will, like, look at you sideways when you're like, I mean, this is a physics issue.
Yeah, this is thermoregulation. Yeah.
That's, I know. What's the shortcut? There's no shortcut. I mean, outside of like surgery.
Yeah.
Or losing a limb. Don't be a knight. 'Tis but a scratch.
Come back here, I'll bite your legs off.
Oh man, I got it so big it's in mobile mode. Oh, two?
Oh no. Responsive design has gone too far.
Well, I mean, okay. This is as big as we can get. We can get one click up.
That's too boku. Yeah.
Too boku. One down. All right. Let me get something to drink. Tien, we've carefully hid it on our web zone.
Is it Tien or Tlan or?
It's Tien of in this land, period. I mean. It's either that or Chatsu.
See, I actually watched the review bit of last week's show because Scott was saying during the live bits, it's like, yeah, no, the bit rate's all fucked on stream because of the game.
I went and double checked that, and you know what? It wasn't as bad. I mean, I guess maybe for the live stream, but you know, we're recording it in XHD 220, so. But
yeah, no, there was some noticeable artifacting in the recorded stuff.
Now, in all fairness, okay. that mode looks like artifacting.
Yes, it does.
Yeah, like
that weird dithering that they do. It.
Yeah, when it's part of the game, it's like, well, I mean, there's only so much you can do, right?
Yeah,
right.
I guess you could like manually connect the dots in every frame.
That's why they have a tick box in the options menu to say smooth for screen recording. It's like, oh, you're aware of what you're doing, aren't you? All right. So are we going in reverse order?
I guess. Bottoms up.
Cool.
Now, reverse Polish is when I back it up.
Back it up, pack it in. Let me
back it up, back it up. Shake that ass, bitchin'. Let me see what you got. Shake that.
Bend over to the front. Touch your toes.
Through the window. Through the wall. Sweat drips up my balls.
Down my ball.
Yeah.
We've had our musical moment.
What, Pedro? You don't want to start a barbershop quartet? Bum 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 bum. Mr. Sandman, bring me a dream. Make him the cutest that I've ever seen. Give him 2 lips like roses and clover, and tell him that his lonesome nights are over. Come on, Pedro, sing.
No. I know my limitations, and singing is very much one of them.
It's a quarter quartet. This is me.
It's just Jordan, yeah.
Also, Twitch, if anyone's listening, can we get like a stealth follow? And I don't mean like shady anything, man. I mean like just don't trigger notifications and things like that. Like show that I follow. I'm following whoever, but because too many times there's an interesting streamer in the middle of doing something. And I'm like, I don't want anyone to.
Yep.
Do not scream my name.
Right.
Yeah,
I don't need the background noise talking to me. It's weird.
This is a paper towel, Mr. Finch. Those are toilet paper rolls.
That squirrel protection that will be like, so this has been here 3 years now, and
Well, I actually know it was to cover up the hole from the chimney because, your echo, right?
well, what it's there for now is the squirrel protection. You had laundry stacked in there, which I'm assuming is still back there?
No.
Behind the base?
Not behind the base. It's actually down there, but I took all the laundry out. There's like no more clothes. The bins are there, but the clothes have been
In my
like, removed.
defense, I removed the laundry.
Yeah. I mean, otherwise they're just like plastic bins that I can use for storage, right?
Right. All right.
Toilet paper keeps squirrels out. That, or it gives them something to eat.
Yeah, it's my favorite snack. I love toilet paper.
Some people eat paper, man.
Yeah. Some people do it on stream.
Now that's just weird.
Yeah.
This coming from the person who did put the bit of paper in his mouth.
We
for
live
the
in
bit.
a society, people.
Pedro, that was the joke. Thank you. I'm aware of what I did.
Oh, come on. You don't get to, jump on people for explaining the joke.
There are always new people watching. I like to pretend.
Aw. All right. Let me bounce that. Bounce. Pause. Record. Back up. Third recording. Everything's good. Cool. You need link for your TP.
I don't need toilet paper on my wish list. I have
Running.
50
Joe,
rolls of it.
Do you have a fucking link?
Do I have a TP link
Action
around?
figure? No. An actual figurine of Link.
No, I don't.
That'd be awesome to have back there on the
I have a TP link router I can put on the TP.
No, that's not the joke. Yeah.
Yeah. Or the game link cable, right? Yeah.
No worries of me ever doing stand up, but that would be fucking awesome. Cool. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to do a chairquisition. It is a bit of a panel thing where we each have 3 minutes apiece to share our thoughts and opinions on a new game each and every week. And we're going to tell you how it runs on 3 different operating systems, all using the same kernel, different versions of the same kernel. And I got to scroll down to the bottom.
What kernel are you on now?
Me? On which box?
I guess the one you played the game on.
510.
I'm on 517.
518.
Yeah. I just upgraded the one on Jackbox. I compiled 515 LTS long term because I'm tired of waiting for the next. Fine, I'll just update it to this. All right. And we're just going to get underway with it, starting off with Pedro to Jordan and me. Yeah. In 3, 2.
Welcome back to the chairquisition. You've fallen into my trap, and now you're going to get your pawns wrecked. This week we're taking a look at Pawnbarian, developed by J4NW on the Unity engine. You can pick it up for about $9.99. Pawnbarian. $6.99.
Well, here.
I don't know. I'm just reading off.
It's 30%.
It's on sale. All right, yeah. It's on sale. I was just reading off the show notes. Pondbarian is a quick playing turn-based puzzle roguelike. Play cards to move your hero like a chess piece and conquer challenging dungeons full of cunning monsters and also linguists. Chairquisition is where we take a game, run it on a bunch of different computers running several different Linux kernel versions, several different distributions, and several different video cards, and some fairly similar processors, but we tell you how they worked and what we thought of it. We give you a final rating on our Gary Kasparov approved chair-based rating system. 1 chair means that it's garbage. 4 chairs means it's amazeballs. And we got 3 minutes to, give our spiel. So, Pedro, can you keep it? We got this through the Stand With Ukraine bundle from Bundle. So you will have to buy this at full price, or you can wait for it to go on another bundle if you want to check this out. So yeah, Pedro, 3 minutes. How to run on thing.
Yes, KDE Neon. It launches out of the box, both on the desktop and on the deck. It vsyncs correctly to whatever screen you got going on, which is very good, very important on the deck specifically. The controllers work out of the box, but I ended up playing most of it with the touchscreen on the deck. Seems to lend itself very well to that. There's some generic epic adventure music going on in the background. I didn't completely hate it, but it didn't really stick out. And the graphics, well, they're one step up from your typical chess game, as you can see. As for the fun, well, story time, kids. I had the rules of chess forcibly seared onto my brain. I was even coerced. Great parenting, to join the chess club in school at some point. I hate chess. I hate chess. I find it boring. I find it exhausting. It's the perfect combination to get me to never play your game again. You just make it both of those things. But the chess itself created some spin-offs, and there's even like the odd little mini game that you can play with the chessboard itself, like the Knight's Move Challenge, where you have to get a knight to every square on the typical chessboard without repeating. I don't even mind the more exotic chess spin-offs, like you're Into the Breaches, where the chess aspect isn't entirely obvious from the start. But Pondbarian falls neatly in between those two examples that I just gave. It's a roguelike with 3 different dungeons and multiple characters, each with their own spin on chess pieces. Yes, there's the titular Pondbarian, but there's also the Cappy Zerker, which uses the Cappy Bear. I want to call them chess pieces, which are completely different from what you're used to, and there's a lot of variations on it. There's the Shogun that just plays shogi, so there you go. There's a lot of variety to be had here, and the enemies and the levels, they have their own spins on chess as well. There's even environmental hazards, and as much like Into the Breach, I'm willing to excuse the overt chessness of it all, because this is actually a really fun and simple game. At least I found it to be so. And more importantly, quick-paced. Even if I fail, I can fail quickly and get right back into it. I like 4 chairs.
All right. Well, on Fedora 35, 64-bit with the R9 3900X and the GTX 1080 Ti, this visual juggernaut launches out of the box. It has resolution settings, but dear God, does it take forever to cycle through them in windowed mode. Please, game developers, give me a drop-down. Don't make me cycle through each individual resolution. No, yeah, especially in windowed mode where the button changes location every time you resize the window. So stop that. You have some graphical controls in vis-a-vis. You can set a VSync or a first target. The controls work fine. You can use a controller, but I clicked on shit like a scrub. The visual style is pretty simple. Puts lots of capybara inspired monstrosities, but it's a chess game. Doesn't have to puke rainbows. Fun? I get it. I can not like Pedro. I'm not a super huge chess fan myself. But I can definitely see the comparisons to Into the Breach made here, because a lot of the game is analyzing what is going to happen and in the next couple turns and trying to plan a little bit ahead. And that part really got my brain going. All the enemies have special abilities, like those fucking nimble fuckers who take forever to kill because you have to chase them down, and then they're just like, hey, here's an entire board of them, have fun. or they can react to stuff that you do, like casting the cantrips or using the spread attack abilities, which will also fuck you over when all of them have the ability, and you realize, oh, maybe I should have just given all the superpowers to like one piece, but whatever. You get a couple different classes, including the Shogun, which is the one I tried other than the Pombarian, which I guess is playing Shogi. I wasn't aware of what game it was playing, but it has a fun little charge mechanic, and it switches up the sort of the expectations a little bit. My one gripe with it is, like, I really don't think the chess bit clicked with me in the same way that time-traveling giant robots fighting giant space bugs do. The strategy stuff is solid, though, and if you are a chess fan, I think you'll probably find a way to like this game. No Mega Chessotron, though, so that is inexcusable. -1 share. I'll give it 3.
All right. How am I loaded? Do I gotta redo my clock? Yeah, let me do it. I need to fix that scene one day. Over here in Debian 11 land on a 1920X AMD system powered by a 3060, everything launched out of the box. No complaints there. Full screen, windowed mode, everything worked like Jordan said. Yeah, you gotta hunt and pack with the round robin on the resolution because it jumps all over the place. It does have controller support, which is good because it let me play this a little bit longer than I planned on. But being the one person here who likes chess, you can just skip this, man. I grew up playing Star Wars Battle Chess and DOS, where the entire computer seized up as it loaded that animation every single time for C-3PO to skullfuck, I don't know, a stormtrooper. It might have not happened like that. Memory can be unreliable. But this is effectively RNG dungeon crawling, and it takes place on top of 64 squares. That's how much it does have in common with your typical chess game. Now, granted, your moves, for the most part, sometimes are limited chess pieces. Novel, I guess. You do have the ability to upgrade your pieces, but at the end of each and every round, would you call it a dungeon or like just the whole thing?
I call the entire thing. I'd call the entire thing a dungeon. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's each level for the dungeons.
So for me, this is like you click and boop enemies. You stay away from the area effects. You try not to get killed to death, and then you upgrade. You buy a heart at the end of every one because you're trying to keep dumbass alive. Playing with a mouse, a little bit exhausting for me. I was surprised. I saw Pedro had like 4 hours in it, and I'm sitting here like 30 minutes. Like that time I was like 15 minutes. I'm like, I got to put an hour into this. So I picked up the controller. Fortunately, logically laid out with the controller, I was able to move around with the Exclude controller. Got another maybe 10, 15 minutes in it. I'm like, man, I'm not feeling this. So then out of curiosity, I headed over to the Play Store. Boom, mobile app. Well done. Grabbed it on my Galaxy S6, the tablet. I'm like, oh, this works. I can play this a lot longer. And I probably put another 10, 15, maybe 20 minutes into that just because I wanted to see if anything popped out and caught me off guard. But yeah, at the end of the day, not my kind of game, But I will say this. I'm going to give credit where credit's due is at least this is priced accordingly. And I'm not going to give it 3 chairs. I'm going to give it 2. Ha! There we go.
The 3 chairs were on screen the whole time.
I know.
Yeah. You know what? I disagree with you on the whole RNG aspect because there's a little bit of it there, but you're given all the information. So yeah.
Down the side it has all the things, and especially for like the final level of each of the dungeons, all the boss levels are always the same. They always make the same moves. They always have the same layout. They always have the same opening. So
yeah,
very chess-like in that respect.
Yeah, and it is very much like, yeah, you have to play it and like there's the, I can take all these guys out, but then I'm gonna get like turbo fucked. So you gotta like it's risk reward stuff for the most part. Really the only RNG component is like the deck building, and this is where I think it clicked.
The deck building like mechanic. I wouldn't really call this deck building, would you?
It's giving your cards more effects.
This game has cards?
Yeah, yes. that's what the chess pieces are. And if you look at the characters, their decks are different. Like the
Pondarian pieces are cards. They're cards. Yes.
Yes. I mean they're represented as
they're literally cards on the board, man. Like I don't know what to tell you. Yeah, but so there you go. The 2 people here who don't like chess like this game, and the 1 guy who does hates it. Yep. That should give you all the information you need. Coming up next, the Ozman always comes straight, but Bobby Kotick doesn't.
Giggity. All right. Yeah, hate's a strong word for that.
Yeah.
I did go back and look at some of the Steam reviews, and they were a lot more Dungeon and Dragon-y. What would you call it? Like roguelite scathing than I could ever hope to. Like they were busting it up for shit I didn't even know the terminology for. I'm like, okay, guys. One of them was
I thought
real
it did a
popular.
very good job in marrying the roguelikiness with chess. It's you have that randomly generated, random enemy placement, all that stuff with random rewards at the end of each level, with the actual defined core rules of
I
chess.
think this works as like if you know about as much about chess as I do about roguelites. Maybe that's an interesting equation. Also, I want to give credit. I didn't know that. Did anybody else notice this? You can add a Twitter thing,
Yeah.
Oh.
right?
They have that. In fact, I always look at that to see if when the game comes out, they have a website there that I can just click on that.
Not a
instead of
website, a
hunting.
Twitter with its own little
Yeah.
icon.
Twitter, Facebook, and they have.
Pedro's apparently known about this the whole time and never bothered to inform anyone.
Why would I?
Common fucking courtesy, bro.
I did not know that people were
Being
looking
stingy
for.
with your knowledge.
I didn't know that people
Gatekeeping.
were looking for social media links on Steam.
People are trying to engage in social media on Steam. That's what communities are for.
Oh yeah,
Not
there's
very-
the activity thing that on Steam that I never check.
Well, that's a new kind of unicorn if I've ever seen one.
The Capricorn.
I'm gonna level with you. I don't spend a lot of time looking at the corners of the Steam page for the most part. So like, yeah, you know,
I
people
do.
miss
I'm
shit.
the one who sends emails to try and get keys, so I do.
Most of the time, you have to go to the fucking publisher, then mine that down. Sometimes that just results in Googling the publisher's name. Like, maybe? Yeah, what I'm saying is it's a good idea. I like that. Take advantage of it, people. If you got a Twitter, if you got a social media, it doesn't matter. Just put it up there. Make it easy to find. Unless it's Instagram, definitely not TikTok. TikTok is where my old man is kicked, and that was the one social network that has stuck around longer than I thought it was, and I have no interest in it.
It's just Vine too. I had no interest in Vine except for
It's-
the occasional Vine compilation on YouTube, but that was it.
It's Vine with like a shit ton of surveillance built in, though.
Oh man,
Yeah, surveillance from the U.S. and from China.
Yeah. So that's why I stay away from TikTok. It's like, no.
I
If the big scary government wants my stuff, they got to dig a little harder, a little bit. I'm gonna minorly inconvenience.
How's that
That's
Android
it.
phone working out for you?
Like I said, minor inconvenience, but it is an inconvenience nonetheless.
they have to, they have to click a button to the left.
Yeah,
It's in a drop-down menu, right? They got to change that setting.
Yeah,
or Android. There we go.
Yeah, it just fucks up their workflow a little bit. That's just our petty revenge, right?
I mean, occasionally I do see, like, I will post Reddit's how I view. Reddit is how I view TikTok through the lens of Reddit and what gets posted in, like, or whatever. I'm like, all right, whatever.
Yeah.
And, like, I'll drop that in Discord if it's funny.
Yeah, there's funny shit everywhere, right? Like,
Right.
I think what Vine really proved is that like it made people like really focus on the economy of the jokes, and like, you know, you have 15 seconds to get a really funny thing in, and you can get like
I think
full
it's
ass
a minute.
skit. Or a
Yeah,
minute.
it's a minute now.
Okay, but like the
Like
point's still-
everything. Right. I mean, people said that it's trying to explain Twitter to somebody our age. I'm like, no, you have to be concise with you. Like, you just have to be really fucking concise with 120 characters. Get off my lawn.
That was the real invitation.
Yeah.
But now we have like Twitter threads and things like that. And like, I don't know. And of
But-
course, Twitter's like, remember Vine, that project we killed? That's got to suck being that guy who acts that project.
Oh yeah, it's like
killed Vine. Yeah, at the height of its popularity, and then of course TikTok came
Now,
up and ate your
admittedly,
lunch.
it was years later, but hopefully that motherfucker is still not working at Twitter, and the same employees are like, hey, remember Vine, Gary? It's like, fuck off. I get it now, man. Like, bad move. Yeah. Doop, doop.
But yeah, no, apparently, what was it? Google wasn't terribly happy that people were using Vine to actually search for things, and instead of most hits going to random websites coming from Google, they were actually starting to come from Vine.
Google, you're doing a good job of invalidating my lifelong statement of, if you're on page 2 of Google, you're fucking wrong. Admit it. You lost the argument. But it is getting to the point with Google to where you got the block of ads, then you got the other 75% or 73% of Google to save the page is the top 100 list.
Mm-hmm.
Then maybe you got the right thing. But
That's
now,
why I've been using DuckDuckGo recently.
have you heard about Matrix, Pedro?
Did they do the search engine too?
You got to give page 2 a nibble these days. You just got to at least crack the door and be like, is there anything? Because it's how they rank things too, man.
And if you do like 2 searches in a row, it'll try to reconcile your second search with the first one. So even if you are already looking for something completely different, if it's still on the same session, it's going to give you...
Did you mean?
Yeah, it's going to give you like the results for the 2 searches combined. And I'm like, okay, how the fuck do I disable... Oh, I can't. Right. DuckDuckGo it is then.
And then you get to my world where you start getting laser accurate with it and, using your quotations and your site variables and stuff like that. And you just end up with one result was a video that you did 3 years ago. Lovely.
Site and file type when you're looking for like, I knew this was a PDF and just like file type PDF.
Dude, I tried Bing out of morbid curiosity. What I want to say it was a vanity search for Vince Stone, but I don't think it was. But whatever, go home, Bing. You're drunk. You're not. Because I had like a very, very nice, because somebody released a Vince Stone wine. So I think that for a minute there, it took up like the front page of Google. I'm like, yeah. Taste that amenity. And but I think it's back now where it was like, damn it, I don't want to be on the front page, but I think the wine's won again.
If you search for my name, it's just the football person now, so
Well, you got cheat mode, fucking Pedro.
like the 3rd most common name in the Portuguese language.
Right? Like I had Venn diagrams running interference for a minute, but and Jordan,
I'm screwed. I have a unique name. There are no other Jordans.
tell me about it, baby.
Yeah.
Let's see. Jordan Zvong with an X. Let's try that with a C.
Man,
Okay.
yeah.
There we go. Oh, right to the LinkedIn, Facebook. You know what? There you are.
Yeah.
Oh, Strider.
Yeah. That is me.
Jordan
100%.
Swung at the Burning Fool. There you go.
Yeah.
There you are.
Oh man, my old room.
Oh man, old room.
Old
3 rooms ago. Let's see. What did we get a real Pedro?
I'm not on the first.
No.
Oh shit! I am. I thought I
Pedro.
wasn't on the first line of things, but I am.
But see, Ven, what is? Are you logged into Chrome in that computer? You might be getting customized
This
results.
is like a random. This is like the show account. So maybe.
Okay. Maybe your results
I
are
want to know,
polluted.
when did Pedro's picture get rejoined with a stunt jaw?
Yeah, that's like way more chin than Pedro has.
I'm just saying. Nothing wrong with it. I like the new look.
I think it's more beard than chin, but yeah.
Damn it.
Benstone Pinot.
Yeah, see, this is like good. The winery. That's what I was talking about while you were fucking off and getting some drinks and shit. Was, thanks to this wine, I'm no longer on the front page usually. I mean, I'm here in image search, but we only get like those two.
Yeah.
And diagrams. No.
I'm sad. I'm sad though that no longer when you Google my name is just a picture of me pointing at you.
All right. Right.
I guess I got replaced with if you Google my name, you get Strider.
Mm. Yeah, I
yeah, no,
that a long time ago because of that.
Yeah. I was gonna say that new weight loss regimen, man. I lost a lot of weight. Now I just look like Strider.
But I love what you did with your hair.
Thank you.
You also cut it real short.
You know, if I had thick hair, if my hair was like thick like Jordan's, it would be gone, man. Like I would
shave it off.
Yeah, I would no. Shave it off and get it made into a real hair, so I could put it in the wintertime, but that would be it. I just wear sock that probably. Too much work.
Yeah.
Donate for like wigs for people with cancer.
You have to have like a really specific type of hair for that though, because certain people like their hair is just too brittle.
Right.
And they don't want I think they don't want like super curly stuff because that's also like really hard to make into wigs.
Well, I mean, if we go to like tensile strength, you would be the one I would put money on being able to be picked up at least a little bit by your hair.
Yeah.
Probably.
It's like your scalp would start to come off before you lost all your hair.
It would suck the entire time it was being done.
Yeah.
Oh, look, Strider get ready for a well thought out and planned Lutris booth at scale.
Listen, man. Hey,
shit, I have a week.
The last scale I went to, the planning was literally, oh shit, we gotta go to scale today, right? Fuck. So
what we're saying is it might be lacking that expert consulting of
yeah.
God damn it.
Well, it is the first post-COVID like open scale, so you get a pass, I think.
And I guess SDCC is wrapping up.
Yeah, they're releasing all the trailers and shit for the Marvel stuff coming out.
I got to play Cool Kid for a minute with Pedro. I was like, I know what that means. Only because like
I think it was Katana or someone brought up SDCC. It's like, what's SDCC?
But like, I don't even know. I was gonna say Comic-Con now is different than like the Comic-Con of like the early aughts. But like, you know, now that we're in like fucking COVID times, yeah, duh. Yeah, it's gonna be a little different.
Well, it's always gonna be different. You've seen like the Dragon Gun pictures from the 70s.
Yeah.
You know what? I didn't see anything in the I think I watched SGDQ.
Yeah.
I didn't see anything that was like really caught my eye that I watched on the schedule.
Yeah, I think I may have low-key missed that too. I browsed through, it's like, nothing happens.
Yeah, every time I remembered to check it out during that week, I didn't see anything. And I was like, ooh.
See, this is the point that I start suspecting that...
it was almost 100% Pokemon too. I was like, double, nope.
Yeah.
Yes, Pedro?
I'm not sure how to pronounce the name. Is it Tien? T-Lam?
It's Tien. I've spoken the name. It doesn't matter what it is now.
Then it's Ten Shinhan, not Tien.
Tien Shinhan.
And if you don't believe me, just ask Skittles.
Yeah.
And this is the point where I start to suspect whether or not Tien is an actual human or a bot. A very cleverly done bot.
It's the Google bot that engineer trade is like, it's alive.
Yeah.
They fired that guy. He's not working there anymore.
Well, you know what? Once you hire a legal team to go after Google, your employment might possibly be in jeopardy.
Although, actually, the guy who took the photo of me pointing angrily was named Tien.
I would own Tien.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, that was like, yeah, he was a Vietnamese guy. That was his name.
You wanna meet my fist, Vegeta, and Kakarot?
Yeah. I named my penis
Vegeta,
Krillin.
it's a Pokemon.
And just be like, your poor dick.
Yeah.
Yeah, the hyphen doesn't help. I still don't know how to pronounce it.
See, this is why I go with, like, Finn.
Is it Burning Fool? Is it the Burning Fool?
Oh, so
I
it
don't
is
even know what
T-Lan. Okay, right. Cool.
You know, 10 base T LAN. It's just like slow Ethernet.
And again, we have a 10-year tradition of mispronouncing very intentionally anyone's name. Unless it's like Doug.
Yeah.
Doug.
And even then, we will attempt other variations.
Yeah,
yes.
we're going to throw like a silent 13 in it for no reason.
My strategy is to like go with translations. Like I just call like Pedro's Piotr or Peter.
Well, I mean, you can put, that's what we need to do. Like official for the record, put it through text, Google text, through speech, and see what it spits out. That's going to be the official one on the board.
Yep.
Rolling on the field.
Is it actually, has it been Meyer this entire time, Meyer?
Yes. I do remember
like-
Mir coming back as like the space station. Like the space station. Okay, Mir it is.
No, you mean like the failed X replacement.
No. What are you talking about? It's the future of graphics.
I don't
NVIDIA
know.
is on board.
Mir vibrates with joy when people talk about him. I'm just trying to help him out. Trying to give him some endorphins, man, on a Saturday evening.
Yeah, it's very cute.
As California, it's still afternoon, isn't it?
When Dio, the German Shepherd, when you say his name, his ears just like perk up and then like turn in the direction. So it's kind of the same thing.
I mean, listen,
Wait, Dio?
Yeah, Dio's the name of the German Shepherd.
the German Shepherd has a very complex. It's like food. Oh, all right.
No,
everyone, we're gonna put
it's butt scratches. That's what he wants.
a bow on it. So get ready for our little bit of a hate mail segment, which always a friendly reminder you can join in and send some using our contact page. We got that, which was really cool. Don't slide into my DMs asking. I'm not even going to say who it was because I did see it because somebody we followed or whatever. They're like, yo, you need to dial back the contact spam golem because it's eating all my emails, which I'm saying it's working appropriately.
Yep. It has some very simple rules. 8 simple rules for dating
Also,
my teenage spam golem.
Here's like the big one though. It keeps a running log of any failed attempts, which you didn't fucking do in the first place. So we just nix that conversation train right in the bud.
Isn't it always great to just post outputs of logs and be like, no.
No, you didn't. Right. All right, everyone. Hate mail. Let's bounce that. I push on that button. I push on
Je ne
that
comprends pas votre langue.
Mais qu'est-ce que c'est?
Good break. Where am I in the playlist? Damn it. Where be? Is it past unknown? I think it's past unknown. The way this homebrew, like, lacking a playlist and also player solutions would give people an aneurysm. I know we're getting close because it's the string of dance bitches.
Right. Okay. I I've been meaning to ask for a while. That song shows up multiple times on the playlist, right? Because like,
now it doesn't. I've isolated it to help separate music for Weekly Daily Wednesdays versus this show. Is like, one of the separators is like 6 copies of Dance Bitch.
Okay, all right, makes sense.
Yeah, I'm looking for like visual patterns, which I found it. We're good, but it's not very efficient. That's case in point. Yeah, we're rolling. Let's do this. Hate mail. Last segment of the show. There'll be a little bit of after shows, though. Don't worry too much. In 3, 2.
Yeah, it's here again. The end. I've said this plenty of times, but chances are, if you're new here,
Likely story. That's what a roguelike trying to pivot to chessboard would have me believe. I say nay.
I thought he was
you
a deck of
forgot
cards.
Souls-like.
But it truly is the Dark Souls of hate mail segments, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay, would you even... Okay, it had a demo there, like the Dark Souls of chess. Would you download the demo?
I try
absolutely.
it, yes.
Oh, hang on. Here's an aside to really interrupt your flow. Did you see the mod for Dark Souls that added the
I did,
nanny bar?
and I read the known issues that they had on the page there, and I'm like, you know what? No, that's okay. The whole, you have to disable if you're going to play Elden Ring with
I mean,
mods.
it's not like you can play Dark Souls online anyway.
No, those servers are still down. Come on, really? From software,
Really?
come on.
Actually? They still haven't. Isn't that been like 6 months already? 3 months or something?
9 months.
Okay, wow. I was way off.
But the reason I bring that up is because he made his mod open source. I'm like, oh, that's cool.
Mm-hmm. No, that was very well done, and it has some bugs though, some real showstoppers. Those need to be fixed.
Just pretend you were playing Elden Ring day 1.
You could finish Elden Ring day 1.
Could you finish Elden Ring day 1?
Some people did. I didn't. But yeah, if you finished Elden Ring in day 1, go fuck yourself. I'm a little bit jealous, actually. But you can let me know exactly how you did it by going to the contact page. Hitting the contact button. If you go to LinuxGameCast.com, just hit the contact button. There's a form you got to fill at the bottom. Some caveats you may want to read on the way down. Those are there mostly for people who, want to promote things with us. Which
I mean, if you want to get in a
to
fight
do
with
as
our
long as you
spam
follow the
golem,
rules.
it's great. But then again, if you got some links for your show or whatever you got, your game, read, and it tells you a super secret email address that you got to type in, and you'll be able to do it. But if you'd like to come on the show, we'd love to have you. We are very developer friendly. That's what we would infinitely prefer over marketing. No offense to the marketing people, but because we're going to ask questions like starting with what engine is this on? It's like, game good. No. What are you using to handle the controls?
I have to say, when we interviewed Inertia, I had a bit of a proud moment when when I asked him the question, he's like, I don't know the answer to this question. let me get back to you on that.
And again, to be very clear, that was not because you were trying to dunk on anyone.
No, I had a question. Yeah.
Fair enough. Brilliant. So let's talk about the Blizz.
Yeah, this is Bruno, and he says, I don't think I saw you mention these news in the last show, perhaps because it's not Linux related, but it's certainly open source related. Interestingly enough. Oh, very tiny text. Enough. The 20th anniversary of Warcraft 3, Blizzard Legal sent a cease and desist letter to Modder Redera, author of the War Smash mod engine, asking him to shut it down immediately. Although I usually talk about soulless corporations in the show, I wonder what would be your opinion on that. This seems particularly backstabby, as the guy apparently helped with the development of the remaster, and there is an interesting comparison to what happened with EA and OpenRA. Almost identical situation with a completely different outcome. There's a lengthy discussion about it under the Reddit @Linux_gaming article with the title Blizzard threatens to shut down Warcraft 3 open source engine. That's some clickbait. Love Bruno.
You know what? Blizzard is it manages to make
now.
Yes, Activision and King and Raven. Unfortunately, they still own Raven, but yeah, no, they are the publisher.
I thought Microsoft bought Blizzard.
They wanted to.
I thought they got approved.
They wanted to buy the Activision conglomerate, but that deal hasn't gone through yet.
I thought it was approved by the regulatory.
If it hasn't been made official yet, because Bobby Kotick, scum of the earth as he may be, still in charge.
Microsoft said they were going to keep him on. I do remember that.
Yeah. But yeah, no, the big problem with Activision Blizzard is all of they're not even allegations, that they're the findings that the state of California did.
But Pedro's going to say allegedly anyway, because I don't need a fucking headache.
I'm not even going to list them because they are that bad. And if the company, Activision Blizzard, was to disappear tomorrow and all of the IPs be auctioned off to literally anyone fucking else, except maybe Ubisoft, there's come to.
Hold my beer, man.
But yeah, no,
EA maybe?
EA is grubby, money grubby to the extreme. They are also scum, but in a different way. They're not actively prejudicial to the health of their employees.
So at the end of the day, I mean, coming back into this topic and the question itself, man, yeah, Soulless Corporation, going to Soulless Corporation. That is an extra dick move to get a hold of somebody that helped with your remaster. But I will also say, as somebody who helped with the remaster, from that perspective, you can't go, la gasp.
Yeah, you probably already knew who you were getting in bed with.
Yeah. Also, there's a lot of restrictions when it comes to producing code when you're under contract, and a lot of the times, if just in general, if you write code while you're employed,
there is probably something to the conflict of interest here, especially if he was under NDA or signed a do not compete contract.
I'm
for
pretty
that help.
sure I would put money on EA being irresponsible enough to where none of that ever happened.
Probably.
But
not back in the old Red Alert days. No,
I personally, this smells like EA leveraging fuck around and find out. Because as an independent creator, a hobbyist, and somebody's developing with open source, you don't have a fucking team alone. You can't financially even fuck with this at all. You got to go, nope, hands off, not my problem. And EA knows this. Nintendo knows this, right? I mean, who's going to take EFF?
Yep.
So, yeah, even Sony learned that the hard way. They had to learn that the hard way, but even Sony learned that.
And the only response, even if it gets knocked down, the Soulless Corporation go, well, you can't blame us for trying. Yes, we can. We're like,
yes, we can, and we have.
Quiet peasant, we're going to try it again. I mean,
if you can't afford the legal fees, then they can just win.
Yeah. I mean, it's a dick move. I don't know if we ever addressed it, but thanks for bringing it up. Now we've kind of addressed it, right?
Yeah, another reason to say, fuck you, Activision, you suck.
Yeah, you really suck.
Is that it? Can we leave on that positive outlook?
Yeah, why not?
Hang on, let me get on the right one. There we go. Man, we were going old school with that. So if you want to get a hold of us, hey, come watch us live before I say anything else. Twitch.tv/LinuxGameCast. Subscribe or some shit, and you'll get a notification or some shit. Hopefully, Jordan will not kick down your front door and say, oh, yeah, but you know what? You think about knocking it? Don't. It's more novel than it sounds. If you want to get in touch with me, @FinStone on Twitter. We don't really have a Linux Gamecast Twitter account, but I'm the third best option. So there it is on mass.linuxgamecast.com. Federated social media timeline thing. We have one of those, and just advent hanging out, killing bots in my spare time.
I'm the Kool-Aid Man. That red liquid inside me, is it blood? Is it pee? I don't know. You can send me your guesses at the Burning Fool on Twitter or twitch.tv/Burning Fool.
Do you parrot everything your doctor tells you?
Yes.
Also, if it is your pee, congratulations. It is delicious. I, on the other hand, can be found indulging in other weird philosophical questions over on Twitter @unaccounted_for. Not really. I lurk. That is my default state. I lurk. I go into places and I just sit there reading what everyone else says, not actually contributing anything. So follow me if you like that kind of.
I mean, sometimes you don't have the story. You'll go to the library and have a lurk off with this competition.
Just stare at each other awkwardly across the hall.
The odd looks over the books. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Let's roll some credits and thank the people that make this show possible.
Yeah. How long did it take to render them this time?
Generally takes about 9 minutes.
Huh? Well,
21 meters. You're going to need a
21 meters.
big-ass screen.
yeah. Well, I hope you have a big ass screen to look at all these beautiful names of the people who are supporting us. It's it's DirectX 3, baby. We gotta thank our advisors. Vegas, Arthur.
When did DirectX start?
6, I want to say. Barbara, our executive producers, Barbara M, Scott Machota, Tomacast, Mike G, Mike T, Drummer, Kohaku, George, Pebble,
Coming in
Tomahawk,
with our
and
Chicago
Unoy.
kicks ass abstraction. Also, Vulcan. You should have started out with like Vulcan 36.
Yeah.
Sea Monsters, Renault, Rider X Machina, Trudgy, Vertanuda, Justin, Frostclaw, Nubbin, David, Darkwing, and System T.
Death
And
Notes,
Death Notes.
Nova, Renee, Chris, Stephen, Joe, Tron, Xanthrus Gaming, Stein,
Chad, Romeo,
Foxy,
Marcin,
Fine.
Benjamin, Gamatron, Doom 2.Watt,
Ein's
Rude,
fine.
and Turnover.
Turnover. What
Cheesy
about
Bacon.
Daniel?
Kresgy,
Kaiser
Frezo,
Ray.
Massivoni, Dementor, Zeno,
Ryan,
Daniel, Belric,
Alex,
Agid,
Monica,
Menno, Fellatio.
Thomas T.
and Tom.
Yeah.
And all
Look
the
at these
lovely,
fuckers.
fine, upstanding cannibals. Not fine, upstanding cannabis, not to be confused with, like Carl Microtheron, Linux Guru, Aldius, Noctilus, John, Eshep, and Game _Moog _. Tron,
I
'cause
thought
that's the
you were
other
going to
way.
say Micro Artheron, and now
No.
I just want to see Tiny Artheron.
We could make that happen.
Yes.
Micro Artheron.
I want a
Artheron.
micro Artheron. That's
I know
sports.
Artheron listens to this at work on Mondays. Once we see his Discord icon reduced to like 3 pixels, yeah,
Yeah.
It's like,
spoilers. Dynafire, everyone. We'll see you next
Bye
week.
bye. Oh, Unoid and Svein are the same person, apparently. Today I learned.
okay.
If you communicate
That explains
things like
why your picture looked familiar, but your name did not.
Let me see. Maybe I'll remember to do that if I put it in the show notes. Maybe not. We'll find out next week. Stay tuned.
Equals Unoid.
Yeah, that's the only way I know. I do have to remind. I do this on Twitter sometimes. Is like the rumors of my psychic abilities grossly overestimated. So you do have to communicate things. But I will definitely get on that. Guaranteed. Like 73% sure that'll be fixed next week. Or 100% sure that you'll be able to remind me. Yeah, strangely, those credits take a minute to render because there's a lot going on in there. All the text is 3D, but flat 3D, because I have to use Fusion to create that. Then you have parallax scrolling with the stars coming in. The little loopy thing's not a big deal. That's just me being kind of bored. I always wonder.
Thank you, Netbot. That's like
That's
the
a
one
good
time.
timing. It's like the end of the show. You want to watch the whole thing again? Go there.
Yeah. You know what? For once, fucking Nightbot shows up on time. got to applaud it for like the minor improvement.
There we go. Oh, right. See, now I know we're towards the end because
It's Wednesday.
Yes. Wubba lubba dub dub.
Oh. I like how Mir teaches it. Everyone just ignore notifications.
See, Mir is the reason that I set up the auto shut up during the night on my phone.
Oh, yeah.
Because I'd get random Discord notifications in the middle of the night. I was like, what the hell?
Mir sometimes
Oh, it's
reminds me of the people who will like DM me on Slack, but then will like at me in that message and
Yeah.
then message me in another channel to be like, I messaged you.
It's like, yeah,
It's the same
I don't get
notification.
notifications from you anymore.
So yeah, no, kudos, Mir. I have been sleeping unimpeded for years, thanks to you.
Yeah, he finds stuff at odd hours and doesn't respect people's schedules.
Yeah, no courtesy whatsoever. His requirement for approval and I don't know, whatever it is. Yeah, that outweighs people like sleeping because it's easy to do basic math.
Yeah, it's easy to just wake people up.
I mean, I don't mind, the watching the random video or reading the random article, but probably not at that time.
Yeah, during waking hours.
Well, let's put it in like clear fucking perspective. Jordan, if I send you a text message at 3:30.
Yeah, if you send me a text message at 3:30, I'm gonna like look at the preview and I'm like, is like shit on fire? Is this like
something's probably drastically fucking wrong?
Yeah, otherwise it's like flip phone upside down, go back to sleep.
What do we do in the after shows? And we're gonna light up the after shows in box because you know what, kids? It's too cold in the studio. I need real vapors.
And it's those hot summer Georgia nights.
Man, I mean, we're not as warm as Britannia, South Britannia.
But Cambridge once again registered the record hottest day on record in recorded history. 41C. Goddamn.
You know, we've been over this. I've even had estimates and like the structural to get into this room with its cost prohibitive. Like, all options have been researched, but I do appreciate the thought of you and Atomic, and I think a couple other people like, hey, mini split. I'm like, oh, where?
This is the AC.
I have 2 HVAC units, so yeah, adding a third one to that, and plus it has to be silent, which is another problem.
In my people's tongue, it means I am in great pain.
Oh, I like Jordan's idea. We'll just tape Hyper 2. That's the problem. I'm fine with the heat. Like, I know it's got to be, 32 to 35 degrees in here right now. I don't have a drop of sweat on me. It's one of the side benefits of getting up and exercising every morning. I'm just worried about equipment.
It gets cold enough down here that like my fingers will get numb typing.
Yeah, cold mouse hand.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That is something, if you've ever lived in a cold enough climate, you go there, oh.
Yeah, it's like, all right, let's go get a coffee or something in 1 minute.
Exactly. Something warm to drink.
Tea, and then wait for the monitors to start refreshing, like they do. And then, ooh, it's nice. Toasty. Just put your hands like,
What I need is a large... Hang on, I'm going to finish this then. I need to get air out of here. Quietly. Because this entire room is insulated. Like, there's no window access or anything like that. So it just... you played the time game.
In the winter when I need to warm up, I just go to the room where Ven's 8150 is.
Right?
Just hang out around there for a couple minutes and then I'm good.
The point being is, don't put 5 computers and 7 monitors in one room and go, oh, I got the vapors. Yeah, you fucking do. Deal with it.
Yeah, you want to keep those electrolyte levels up. You want to stay hydrated. Otherwise, it's gonna get a little
big drink.
Oh man, I started getting like those low salt headaches, and those suck. Like the right behind your eye.
Smallest drizzle of fortune I've had is I don't get headaches, but I'm assuming they're very close to what like a hangover dehydration thing is, right? Mm. Would you put them in the same ballpark?
Yeah, it's this one. Hangover headache is more like general. This is more acute. Like it's like one spot, like right behind your eye.
Well, there goes my theory about stabbing the pain away.
I mean, if you stab yourself, you'll be hurting somewhere else, and then you won't be bothered by the other injury. So it's a valid strategy.
Now all of a sudden you're bleeding or worried about the bleeding wound. That's also very, very painful.
As a medical non-professional, that's going to require a minimum of 2 stabs.
Yep. Three if you want to be really safe.
Thorough, right.
Yeah.
Hey, if you're listening and live, we're about to dance over to after shows. So there's your fair warning.
We're about to dad.
Fair warning.
No, I know you got to mix sodium and potassium. The problem is I don't do it.
Just don't mix sodium and chlorine.
Yeah, regular salt, sodium chloride.
Sodium chloride, yeah.
That's my favorite thing to break out.
Table
Like,
sauce, yeah.
You know, salt's got chlorine in it; it'll kill you.
Yeah.
Ah,
Oh, see, the thing you need to be careful is dihydrogen oxide.
It's the dihydrogen monoxide.
again, for anyone not in on the joke, you're not arguing with a person when you're saying this. Somebody who understands chemistry, very basic. No, you're like, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's the amount of it that you consume on a daily basis. It's
I
kinda
just
scary.
I love how Scott is low-key asking if we're playing Tanks Died.
Sounds like someone needs a little more dihydrogen monoxide, if you ask me.
I saw Scott earlier this week, and I just imagine Scott just like wrecking noobs. Rods from God's clicks, like zzz, zzz.
Is Vermintide 2 working in
No!
No.
they straight up said that the EAC shit doesn't work and they're not going to fix it because, we're working on a new game. Are you going to use EAC in that? Maybe you want to fix the problem in the one game.
Mayhaps. Wait, did I have... Wait, which one cuts my video on?
That's off.
That is off?
Yes.
Okay.
And you show my camera, I guess? Is the
Yeah, I can. I'm looking for a system to like avoid having to do this each and every time.
Nah.
Hey, now it is off, Pedro. Now it's on.
Yes. That was on.
Which is the opposite of what... All right, this is... Okay.
On is the opposite of off? Slow down. You're going a little too fast.
All right. They can't hear us, and we can't hear them yet. I still got to do things.
Yep.
Woohoo!
Things are about to get done because I'm going to click my Lua script that I've hacked into Reaper. There we go. Now I hit record.
Reaper.
Now they can hear us, and we can hear them.
I hear an Albert.
Yep, that I will.
Malbert.
Hello.
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 Hi, Alan. You're always a little bit loud. I know you're just up for like regular talk. Take it down about maybe 5%.
Okay, let me... how's that?
Well, the silence is a little difficult, but I might be able to peg it. Give me a minute.
Silence is
talking about stuff. What was
So
I
are you
doing
packed
today?
up for
Yeah, you guys
scale?
are about right.
I'm-
All right.
I'm
that's
not. I haven't really packed up yet. No.
good. What are you
Alan.
gonna hang on now? Alan? What do you pack for scale? Snacks?
Are
VLC
you gonna
hat.
be the camera person
usually,
again?
Laptop, camera equipment.
Are you going to do the Safety Wizard cosplay?
Life-size Antonio Banderas blow up doll?
Oh, I do have that traffic cone hat, huh?
Yeah.
Damn it!
Yeah.
I thought that was taking a different swing.
I do have that traffic cop locked up in my basement.
Steam. Yeah, I think we got enough people. We can always just play tanks. That's fine. It's easy to do. We don't have to think about it.
Okay.
It's easier than trying to wrangle into something else.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, "Arr."
Yeah.
Tanks. The true RNG bullshit.
Oh yeah, is that why it has a roguelike?
What does this do? What does this weapon do?
What's great is you fire it and you still have no idea how it works.
Nope.
Yes.
You're just like, wait, so what happened? I'm Moon?
Oh, that's right. On Wayland, the Unity screen of Nope does not remember the resolution. It always starts at
Did you
What's the
just give me a
default?
reason
1024
that I need to
by,
remind you about that audio hiccup?
168. The audio hiccup was supposedly Pipewire,
Ah,
and I'm not
just did it
using
again.
Pipewire anymore. Okay, so it's not pipe wire?
You're using both. You know what? Half work I'll settle for. I don't feel like an argument. You
I'm
win.
using pulse audio. Yes.
Man, shut fucking. I'll grab the.
There we go.
Grand total of 15.
The stuff is like lavender flavored, and I can't tell if it tastes like vanilla or soap.
Well, I mean, this is like approaching it like you know what the fuck lavender tastes
As
like.
Parma Violet. That sounds like you're describing Parma Violet.
Lavender's just soap. It is soap.
It says lavender on the label.
Is anybody's soul before I kick them?
Oh shit, we're all in the
Not
thing.
me.
You got about 10 seconds before you're getting kicked.
That's full. I was too slow.
Yeah.
Oh.
No one's gonna fess up? Alright.
What?
Yeah, let's pretend I just didn't ask a question. Come on.
Sol. S-O-L. I thought he was the guy that Ragnar was worshipping and goes into like trees or
Ah, there we
snakes or
go.
something.
I thought he's the guy you better call.
Wow.
Yeah, no, that's what the reboot of Raised by Wolves is going to be called.
Oh.
Better Call Saul.
Come on, Scott.
It's new
Get in.
DLC.
Someone invite Scarlett.
Man, just people, they want to join, they want to join.
Nah.
We were just talking about this, Patrick.
Random notifications.
Just talking about it. Like, in one ear, out the other. Amazing.
I don't know, maybe.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I could hear us. You know?
I mean, we can
Yeah.
always do a week timeout.
7 days timeout.
Yeah. I don't know. What's the best way to achieve behavior modification?
Frontal lobe lobotomy.
Like, I actually
Through the
instead of-
nose or actual cranial?
No, you
split?
gotta go up the butt.
Up the butt.
Up the, yeah. Don't half-ass it. Go whole ass.
Strider,
In some
Strider,
countries, yes.
You can add everyone all you want. That's disabled on the server. Have fun.
Yeah.
Knock yourself out.
Doesn't work. And I intentionally turn that off on every server.
There was a Discord server created by like a couple of Portuguese comedians. I was a part of it, and then someone discovered that they hadn't disabled at here's and at everyone's, so they spent the whole day spamming that, and it's like every now and then it's like blip, blip, blip. Okay, we're done. Get off.
Man, I can, what? I can just like flush my laptop down the toilet and never have to deal with that again.
I don't know. Is there-
Hey,
You
there's
do
a
know that you can mute notifications in Discord.
I think I can probably just disable them in the server.
I can just bury Patrick in the woods. It's fine.
Yeah, that'll be good. That'll save us all a lot of trouble.
Yeah. How difficult is that to do? Server settings.
what burying Patrick in the
Like,
woods.
I didn't listen. Did I put a fine point on that? No, I didn't, Pedro.
Probably not too hard.
Gotta find the woods first in California.
Yeah, especially around here since they're all burnt.
Oh,
free cremation service.
Yep.
I'll throw him out in the desert and he'll be right.
Just stand out in the woods in the middle of summer in California. Free cremation.
Tesco parking lots are the new hotness.
There are no trees there, so there was nothing to burn.
Oh, I think I can do it by roles. You know what? I can change that
Oh, yeah,
replays to where only like Death Notes and above. You can use them. I will research that, and I get a new thing to play with. Thanks.
Ooh, nice.
You're welcome.
Toy.
Do I have audio coming to that? Epic music is epic.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. Like, Shell Shock's soundtrack has no business being this good.
I mean, it's got a little bit of business. I mean, we play it enough. I mean, it's
Yeah.
a well-executed game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Apparently, the was from the OG like Newgrounds version.
See, I didn't even know it's a lineage.
Yeah, it's apparently it started life as a Flash game.
So they've been milking the shit out of this.
Yeah.
With that early access. Like, let's take our finished game and put it in early access. But we've added more stuff.
We've added
Hey.
an Android version with no crossplay, you guys.
I get it. I get it. I hopefully would never want to be in that gaming position of cutting off the money spigot, you know?
It is always a tough call to make. It's like, it's free money. We don't have to do anything.
Well, it's not free money. I mean, you still have to make not notifications, but like incremental updates. But like, look at a game like Distance, where they were down to like tweaking the left wheel physics on the steering.
Yeah.
And I'm like, now you're coming up with problems.
They changed so many of the levels just because they had to find something to do, I guess.
Good old make work projects.
It would have been a lot more interesting, even after the game released, though, because here's the thing, though. To counter my own argument, is since they've released, it's an entirely different game. It has a finished Drive and Forever Alone campaign attached to it. I'm not saying it makes any logical sense, but it's there. It tries to tell a story.
About going
And
the
they
distance, going for
They
speed.
give you an achievement for finishing it in less than 4 hours, but you can
How
finish.
dope would it be if you finally pulled into a soul coughing concert?
A what?
I don't
Wait a
know
minute.
what that is.
I heard soul coughing.
Yeah,
and
soul
I'm-
coughing. They're the, you would know them. I don't need to run around in circles.
Oh, okay. Okay. That's
It
the band.
was
Okay.
music before your time, youngin.
I don't want to walk around. Yeah, that one. Did they have any other songs, or were they a one-hit wonder?
Probably that. I mean, no, they were popular enough. I mean, it's like bringing up the fucking Meat Puppets.
Right.
You know, great band in their own right, but the only thing people know about Meat Puppets is Kurt Cobain covered their one song,
Yeah.
Lake of Fire. All right, I need to get something to drink, gentlemen. Does anybody need to get up, go to a thing?
I'm
before we
good.
get started?
Already have. I'm
I
on my
need tea.
4th can of anything.
I got my
I am
soap-flavored
okay.
THC.
I'm gonna go get tea and pee, and I'll be right back.
It puts the T in HC.
Yeah. The T in hardware control. I guess that has a T in it. In the word control.
Terminal hardware control.
You know, very fun game. I enjoyed Control.
Haven't had the time.
I got that for free on Epic. I still gotta play through that.
Worth it? I mean, listen. I mean, we're talking like B movie fucking plot that,
Yeah.
but it takes itself just serious enough to like, okay, a little over the top in this area and that. But I mean, the game mechanic itself was kind of fun.
Yeah, the flying around telekinesis stuff. Yeah.
Right, slinging shit with your mind, always a positive.
Yeah.
Especially when you can start flying. You're like, oh, it's on now.
Yep.
Enemies are a little samey.
Yeah. They're all, I watched a bit of Let's Play of Control. Yeah, they're all like the red cloudy stuff.
It's well
Can't
executed.
be, Quantum Break will be.
I started playing Quantum Break, and I'm like, this is fucking cutscenes with brief
Yeah.
cover shooter
It's like
interludes. Then I watched a
like
fucking, for the first time in my life, a YouTube video, because apparently I'd searched for something about that. Opens with, yes, this is a giant cutscene with brief breaks. Like, you know what? I'm done.
Yeah, it plays
I-
that like a sci-fi show or something like that.
Yeah. It had, what's his name from Lost? The director.
And from the Frozy guy from X-Men.
The frozen guy from X-Men.
Oh, Sean Ashmore, Iceman.
whatever his name is.
Oh, Iceman. Wait,
Yeah.
Iceman
Yeah,
from X-Men?
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah. Bobby.
That guy.
Mm.
Bobby Drake.
You know what? You know what? If you hopefully haven't done it, don't go back and revisit Max Payne 1. Holy hell.
They're doing a remake of that. So
What? Which one? The movie
Max
game
Payne.
or what?
Yeah,
No,
they're remaking the
they're-
movie.
no, they're remaking Max Payne 1 and 2, or Remedy is. So yeah.
Oh,
They
neat.
announced that like this week or last week or something.
That shit was amazing, but it's because like we had Matrix time, bullet time in a video
yeah.
game, and that was like
Oh yeah.
That was
Yeah.
dope as
What?
fuck. Did any of you ever play the Specialists? It was like a Half-Life mod that added like bullet time and stuff.
mm-mm.
Yeah, it was like
I
a
did.
yeah, and they had like a bunch of like maps from the Matrix too, so you could like do the helicopter. You could like shoot other people in the helicopter, and yeah, it was dope as fuck.
Yeah, and I mean the original Max Payne is definitely of its time. Still to this day, the only proficient way to play that game is with keyboard and mouse.
Yeah.
Like you try to fuck with the controller, even with the settings mapped and the way you can do it now. Maybe it was good. It was better, more what?
It was
Console
launched on
generation.
the PlayStation. It was PS2.
PlayStation.
Okay,
Yeah,
so it did have
PS2.
a directional.
Yeah.
Had dual.
Dual Shock 2.
I want a remake of that Giant Fat game. That was like a video game version of Hardboiled.
Oh yeah, I know that one. It was in Unreal Engine. One of the first Unreal Engine 3 ones.
Same with the Jet Li game. I love it. For Honor.
Yeah,
I don't
that's
know.
the one I mentioned earlier, North Ranger.
An M2 pipe.
Why?
Yeah, no, it's a tower cooler that has a single heat pipe. It's supposed to be for an M.2 SSD, but Linus cut a hole into the back of his deck and made a little mounting plate for it.
Man, I wish I
Well,
had
that's
the
not
fuck
gonna be
around
hate
money
cooling.
and the fuck around hardware to just like just cut a hole in the back of my Steam
That's
Deck.
literally your job after you when we're at this point, man.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you have to come up with like bizarre things that people are gonna be like, oh, I want to watch, and like, I'm not knocking you if you do want to watch. It's serving its purpose, but I want to like take the Steam Deck and like shove it into a vat of mineral oil as I'm like, hush, it'll be over soon. It'll be over soon, and try to play a game.
Solving a problem, solving a problem, and problem solved.
I would have never guessed the
God,
title,
whoa,
but
Scott, God damn.
You're a bit loud there,
A
Scott.
little bit, Scott.
He's very important.
Maybe Scott had like auto gain on and was doing the thing where he doesn't say anything and talks.
Scott,
I'm just trying to see my voice. It's just 100%. Okay, so is it better, or are you gonna do it on your end, or what?
Yeah, that's
You're
better.
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay, so apparently 71% is good.
you should knock it down to 69. That's the nicest level.
Nice.
Yeah, that's the sweet spot.
You know, baby.
Oh, you know.
It's always got to be like, especially if you got something like gain cranked, because like this is running through the compeller at the end, and it's trying its best, but
I would try a bottle of Grain King.
Grain King.
Grain King, yeah. Grain King liquor, yeah.
It's just sake. It's just rice sake. There.
Oh, I love
No, it's a brand of
sake.
corn dogs
That's nice.
made with
Sake.
kings.
Extra grainy kings.
Well, it was like, wait, hold on. Is this King in the North? I don't want King in the North. I want like actual King.
Oh no, you're supposed to
So
remember,
it's happened
man.
to make a
What is
Canadian
this, Burger
reference.
King? No, give me King. I want actual King.
All right, yeah, give me you got like a minute, and we're gonna hit the go button on this. I just need to grab a drink.
All right.
Gravy King.
I mean,
Oh, no, I want
if you
gravy.
guys want to have a Canada Game of Thrones, we just need to gather all of the Canadians. So let's see: Jordan, Scott, Sandy, Maddie.
Nova.
Nova, yeah. Who else?
Can I
There are
be
more
a Canadian
Canadians.
for you so I can go to SIGGRAPH?
There are more Canadians. I'm just blanking on them.
Yeah.
But there's half a dozen Australians, and I'm blanking on.
Half a dozen? It's you and Sildad.
That's because
Still, that's French. You live
Not
in Northern
Sildad.
France.
there's the other guy whose name I'm spacing on.
Actually,
Fuck.
G
Yeah,
is the other
it's
Australian.
not
Smash, Smashly, yeah.
Smashly, yes.
It's Smashy.
No, there was one more who I'm spacing on.
Yeah.
Yeah, Australians, I only know Foxy and Smashly. Yeah.
No, there's still that's Northern France. He helps students.
Do I have to fucking look at the list of names? God damn it. Making me read, you assholes.
There's quite a lot of names. That's right.
A Susie Hill.
Oh, Osiris is still there. What's Osiris?
Yeah, I'm not finding it.
Yeah. Someone in the chat will probably speak up. Or I am a big massive fool, which is also possible.
I mean, you're in the right Discord.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah, no, I'm not finding it. I've smoked way too much weed. I can't remember.
Yeah, don't worry about it. Oh, got it ready up.
Speaking of smoking too much weed, Mr. Foxdog.
What?
Tap the green button. Tap it.
I've done it.
What the fuck? All right.
Oh, hello.
It's a tank game.
Yes.
All right. Well, I'm gonna fucking.
Oh, we're going second. Okay. All right.
What do we got?
Everyone shoot at Petro for using Waylon.
You do know that if they aim for me and they miss, they hit you.
You act like I value life.
Oh, well, shit. Mr. Alert, we got to team up on.
What the fuck?
What the fuck are you doing? Oh!
Ow!
Oh, wow. Ow.
Hey, I actually hit something. Yeah,
That was a lot of damage.
Pyro!
Yeah, you can fire out of the fucking shields. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can do it, you fucking liars.
You
I
can.
didn't say that.
I
Case
kept
in
saying
point,
no, you
you're the grenade
I think
actually
you could've,
left the circle, so yeah. You
Yeah,
can.
it has a maximum.
It left after it spawned.
Scott, you got auto gain or something on, buddy.
Okay, sorry.
All right. What shall I do? 100?
Why am I looking at it sideways like this is gonna change my fucking perspective?
I don't know.
Do I have
What is wrong with my brain today?
Today.
Uh,
I don't know.
Oh!
No spermies.
Yes, spermies.
No spermies.
Well, you know what? Mir can have some of my spermies.
Oh!
You know
Gonna
what?
loot
Let's
the
see
corpse.
what a full blast of the moons can do.
moons is you don't aim.
Are you going to moon me, Pedro?
Nope.
No.
Aim at the horizontal.
Is the answer to that.
Okay, just checking.
Bonk.
Still only counts as one.
Let's try that. Damn it! All right.
I'm already dead.
And now
bitch.
I'm gonna get the. I got the
damn it.
drone
Ow.
and the companion cube.
Why would you shoot me?
I didn't shoot you. I was shooting Alan.
You did.
I'm a drop shot. I am in artillery. I am a drop shot. Alright.
You are a drippy shit.
Yeah, that too. I'm a drop. Nicknames, Hanky Wankies, and a very nice.
Yeah, I mean, if Dwarf Foxy is anything to contend with, oh man,
Yeah, I am somewhat.
that boy can't make his rolls for the life of him.
Ow.
Like
Yeah,
Pedro has had some poo-poo rolls in Solasta, but Foxy is like just
Yeah,
multiple
I've
ones.
had some very, yes, granted, a lot of them are poo-poo. I've had some pretty decent ones. Well,
No.
I've done quite well outside of combat, thank you. It's quite good.
Sure.
Jordan, I can see your tank wiener. Again with the drone.
There we go.
Those drones
Oh,
hate my guts.
Ow. Ow.
Are you just gonna directly aim Alan at my face? Is that how
I
this
mean-
works?
You're gonna get a lot of props if you fucking miss.
Listen, I'm just happy I'm doing as well as I am right now. Ow.
Wow.
Ow!
Scott was saved by the void of
That fucking hurt.
Just the void.
That hurt my feelings.
RNV, baby.
RNV. Yeah, I've got quite a bit of caffeine.
I don't
I'm on
know
my
if this will
fourth can of
work.
energy drink.
I have no idea.
Ow.
Boop.
Well, it did something. It didn't hit the person I wanted, but you know,
I'm down to the 4 HP.
the
All right, Alan, your meat
magic
shields
pixel
are
help.
almost all dead.
Yeah.
Just got a 1v4. Oh, that's it.
Oh, I got fine.
Shit.
Oh, good.
A little off the top. Fucking
The
shit.
game loves you.
All right. Well, we can
find R. Kelly.
we can do this. We can do this the this way. I just gotta stick my penis and my tank wiener in the air.
You know what, Pedro? Like, this is probably gonna bounce off the circle and into you.
Probably.
Yeah.
Huh? No, it's gonna clear. Boom. Boom.
Boing.
Almost got it.
Oh, so close. Damn
A
it.
lot of people were going for me.
Beat you to it.
I was going for Patrick. It just hit you. Then called it accurately. He saw the future.
Wee!
Bye.
Ah.
Okay.
Hello.
Hello.
Tequila. What am I gonna use? Snake. Damn it.
Suck it, Pedro's corpse.
Snake. Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah, people really like hitting Ven and me. We're already dead.
I don't think Pedro's dead enough. I bet no one can hit him.
This game could
I
give you
just
something
want
decent
to kill.
use.
I just want to kill Patrick. That's all I've been trying to do, and it's not
I
working.
won't use it.
Hey, man, you leave Dana out of this. What?
Boy.
I mean, I guess.
Boy.
Oh my God.
Boing.
Holy crap, that boing deals a lot of damage.
Yeah. So as it turns out, boing. Yeah.
Apparently, all of a sudden we got Spider Scott here, man. Like, whoa.
Yeah.
Better not fuck around. Yeah, that's right.
Uh,
Mr. Alert has a nope cannon too.
Yep.
He just doesn't use it. very
Boing
often.
though.
All right,
Hey,
there.
guys,
He
you got
died. I finally did it. Now I can die in peace.
Well, good luck, Alan.
There you go.
Okay.
All right.
now, I
Yeah,
can-
1v4. We believe in you, Alan.
It's you know it should be fair now, right?
I just like that he has like a weapons thing. It's like nope half screen. Yes.
Ouch.
Wow.
Oh, mm.
Good hit. Solid guppy on Scott.
I have some more, please, sir.
I guess. Yeah. Yeah,
Shockwave should be enough. Yeah.
that should do it.
Ow.
Well, I got one hit in.
Damn it.
I just have to pee on Alan some more.
Oh, there
Oh,
you go.
yeah.
You got sick.
He got pinged by it. All right. Oh yeah, go to where Ben is. I'm an expert at hitting that spot and nowhere else.
Yeah, and he just stand in like the exact same position that Mir was.
Ouch.
Yay!
Oh.
Got Scott.
God.
Man, that's some
Yay,
skill
two
shots.
Two shots.
All right.
That's some XP.
You can
Um.
breathe on Jordan and he'll die. It's Foxy and Nubbin. They have a lot of HP.
Chicken, arise.
shit.
Arise, chicken, chicken. Arise. Arise, chicken.
Come on.
Oh.
No, that's
Oh.
3. That
One dodge,
a grenade.
You got triple stuffed, man.
maybe. So do we just re-roll if Scott and Mr. Alert are on the same team?
I think then like 2 of the other players have to go Judas and try to kill them too. 69 tokens. Very nice.
Nice.
I actually hit something with chicken fling for once. My god. So I got like a point of experience.
I'm gonna call this one the Anakin.
Yes.
What kind of mods do we have?
That
One
became
weapon.
a meme much, much later.
Oh, right. This level.
Oop.
All right.
Gotta make sure Ben doesn't change the settings on me.
You beat
Where
me.
is he?
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
they are both in the same team now.
Let's make it
All right.
rain pain. gentlemen.
Well, you know what? You know what? You fucking know what?
You goddamn cock tease, man. Fucking deliver.
You,
Oh.
you know what?
No.
Oh.
That.
Enjoy.
Crap. What the hell?
Double
Wow.
damage too.
Well, fuck those guys.
Yes.
What's this? Do?
I don't know. What does what? Water balloon.
There's a lot of that going
Oh,
on.
fuck.
Okay.
Hi, Scott.
Oh, bye, number.
All right.
I mean, if you
Ow.
squid, I technically might have removed like one. No,
right.
I didn't. Never mind.
There.
I didn't even hurt him. I took his arm and died.
Moon.
All right.
almost
Well,
hit us.
I got some hits in. I'll take it.
Well,
I don't know what this thing is.
Well,
Wee! Choo choo!
Well.
Well,
bye, Pedro. I believe in you, Ben. You can. Oh no!
And believe me, I am still alive.
Stop! I'm
won't
already
be for
dead.
Pedro, it's all on you, bro.
Wow. We got fucked.
A little bit. A little bit. Did I move anything? Yay! No longer has a mana bar. Lovely.
Well, Pedro's extra dead now.
I got like all the things.
Jesus. Sometimes you get a little frustrated when a match isn't going your way. We didn't even stand a chance, man.
Here's the thing. It's not like I was good. I was just left for last.
Yeah. The starting gun fired, and I immediately tripped and ate shit. That's what it feels like.
By the way, you have a gun scavengers in there. That is a really good gun.
What?
I saw
Did
you.
anybody-
Something scavenger, I don't know.
I don't know. He's a little low.
It's,
Must be the AGC.
He's trying to make us decode secrets and not aim at him. Okay, you can do it then. You just gotta hit that times 2 damage.
Okay, is this better?
Times 2 damage and hit everyone down
Hey,
here.
Scott. What were you trying to say, Scott?
Yeah.
Oh no, I was saying that I happened to look over the monitor and apparently you have scavengers. That's a really good gun.
Scavenger? What's that?
Yeah. It fires randomly,
Bye.
but it causes like massive amounts of damage.
Banana.
Come at me, bitches.
We are.
I'm a banana.
What 1v4 me, bitch? Take you all on.
Oh,
Oh, he got teabagged, man. That's disrespect.
I think I just fucked myself on that.
Are you gonna kill yourself so that they don't get the points?
Oh hell no! I want to go out, peace among worlds, baby.
All right,
Yeah, I know. I don't even know what this does, but go.
go
Go
banana.
Peel, banana.
Scavenge.
Oh, that thing.
I don't know.
Wow, it did nothing.
You're welcome for the
It's a
late show.
it's a great weapon, Scott. It's great.
If you hit,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, now we get the rest of the equation.
That was a requirement. Yeah.
If you hit, it's.
That's great. Yeah.
yeah, it
Fuck
can do like
all of you.
20 damage. Yeah, it's,
and the pinata. I like how the pinata comes last. That's just the cherry on top.
Whatever.
Wow. I barely took off Scott's shield.
Oh god damn it! You made the game happy.
It's miserable
Okay.
when
All right. Well, it turns out having the high ground doesn't mean shit.
Nope.
Oh man,
Especially when you don't have guns.
Mr. Alert had to pull down his little tank pants and show everyone his tank ass. I
Yeah.
respect it.
He's got Thug Life tattooed on each cheek.
You know what? Let's level the playing field.
Ah.
Bitch.
Oh, okay.
All right. It's still gonna be Scott though.
Yeah, it's going to be Scott.
I'm gonna let RN Jesus take the wheel on this because if I fucking say anything, I'll end up being the Juggernaut, which I don't want to be.
there is a trick to being a juggernaut.
Is it hit the guys and not suck?
That is a trick. Yes, that was not what I was
Bold
thinking.
strat. Bold strat.
Nubbin. All right.
Nubbin, you've been waiting for it.
Nub,
Here it
nub.
is, man. Just wreck everybody.
Yeah, you can.
I mean, I'm not gonna single you out
Yep.
or anything.
That's literally
I mean-
the
I
game
mean-
mode.
Well, yeah. The game is Ben isn't.
Ow, 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 ow. That loud. Very loud.
Particle effects.
Yes.
Oh man, if you
Wow.
haven't
That
If you-
that feels bad.
If
That
you haven't
feels bad.
seen it,
Legit.
if you haven't seen it, I highly recommend Velocipaster. It is very good.
I haven't had a chance to see that yet.
Oh, how the fuck did I miss?
No.
Ow.
You take 0 damage there, Foxy.
I know.
Unless it was just health.
still-
Well, now you're not.
Shank the Foxy. Shank him.
This.
no.
What? Why?
Well,
If
That
if
went
you had the
places.
sniper, it would have ganked him too.
I mean,
Look at all three of us here.
I don't remember what this does.
I'm gonna assume 3 balls shoots 3 balls.
allegedly.
Oh, it's the colorful one that's not the rainbow. Okay.
Waste the rainbow.
Donk.
Good moon.
Oh, I got 50 with that.
Gesundheit.
Ooh, nice direct hit.
Bye-bye.
No. Uh-oh, boys. We're in trouble.
No,
Solid
no.
chain reaction there, Nubbin.
Listen, that's just because you guys were drawing his ire by taking direct shots.
Yeah.
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 Like, you don't want to do that.
Go down swinging.
Nope. Too much bounce.
Shit.
Boing.
Where's it going?
I mean,
Whether
somebody's
you're
taking
president,
some
you're
repressed
staying alive.
hostility towards Old Man Ben on that one.
I still hit Nubbin. I call it a win.
Yeah, that bounce was a little too
Shut
bouncy
your
for me.
trap collateral damage. I understand.
Yeah.
Fine.
Up the bump.
Boing.
Thank you.
Up the bump.
That went
Alright.
right up your butt.
And has
I
the high
mean-
ground.
Hi, Anakin.
That's a good one.
Okay.
Wow, that's super helpful. That is
It
the
would
most
be.
useful. The most useful thing. Do you feel secure, Scott? Are you safe, Foxy?
Yeah, I'm feeling quite safe. Thank you.
Ooh.
All right.
All right.
You just pissed off the Force. Good luck.
The Force be mad.
Come on,
Twinkle,
Mini
twinkle.
V. Come on,
Twinkle, twinkle.
Mini V. Shit. He moved a little bit.
Oh, bloody mighty. Back.
Jesus Christ can't save you now. You're
Buy
already.
that shit on credit, son. Take him out.
Roller.
Bye.
Going off the map.
Bye.
Someone to our left is gonna have a really bad day.
Yeah, we just learned that the roller doesn't do that. I don't know about everyone else. I would assumed, yeah. It was,
It went just over the little bounce pad at the edge of the map.
All right. What we got to deal with?
We might
88
have
on the
this.
pinata is very good.
Yep.
I
Someone got
needed to aim
fireworks
just a
or
little bit
fire?
higher.
okay, all we need is like 2, possibly 3 farts in the general direction.
Have some chicken. Yeah.
Oh, come on. That's right in my tracer. Ah.
Oh no! You did not just
Come
get that. Yeah, you did not just get that.
Fuck! Damn it! Too much juice.
Cool stories.
Yep.
I did.
Nubbin got the security bumpers.
Go fish.
Although if he uses the portal correctly, he gets some extra XP.
This fall.
Well,
Oh
no.
yes, use it. Yeah.
Use it, yeah.
Use it correctly.
Yeah.
Hey, now.
And now.
Was that a
That
nuke?
was a nuke.
Okay, thermonuclear nuke. Okay.
Okay, Patrick has a nuke. Noted.
You got the crate.
Today I learned.
Apparently, we learned that Mir finds fusion fucking hilarious.
Hey,
Yeah,
He was
we
already
did
dead.
it.
Oh,
We did
man.
Yay!
All right.
Master alerts win music.
Hey, I leveled up. Level 35, baby.
Oh, baby. I don't know.
I got quicksand, whatever the fuck that is.
Ooh, that one's good.
Like, that's going to stop me from trying it.
Actually, that's the one that I used last. It
I got the flames
brings
back.
the ground down. So on soccer, it's pretty useful.
Scott, what's rebound? Never mind, it's going to pop up. Oh, that's a pain in the ass. Assassin. What's it do?
Shashin. Lets you release
Blinks? Fuck you, game.
It lets
always
you release the
one
same game year after year, every year, and still make a bunch of money.
Basically, you only have one target you can hit, and everyone has their different one.
Oh, this is a nice quick one.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Hit the increasingly smaller targets.
Oh boy. Yep. I look forward to being eliminated in the first round.
Yeah.
Challenge accepted.
Same
On
map,
the
too.
that map
I mean,
too,
it is on the ledge, so shit's about to, yeah.
You know what?
Yeah.
I will give you minimal shit if you miss that one.
Just on purpose.
Oh,
It's like, no, fuck you. The only winning move is not to play.
Oh, okay.
All right. Yeah.
I had a moment.
Nubs.
God damn you, game. One,
You-
pick me.
You do want to save those spreaders for later on when
The tiny ones.
Oh,
Yeah.
Shit, now it's me. Okay.
now yeah.
Yep. that's
Pressure.
it.
Pressure.
Are you familiar with 25 degrees?
What about 98 degrees?
45 degrees.
Only way to be sure.
All right, Patrick, can you do the portal shot? It's like modifier. Every shot must be a portal trick shot.
You know
There
what?
is a mode for that, I think.
No!
That's me.
Hell, as he misses a straight shot. Hello.
Game. Dicks.
Yeah, and I had it up.
Come on, Ven. Portal's a skill shot.
Like
Now,
there's-
now you're thinking with
It
portals.
was a straight shot, but the arrow didn't go straight.
Oh, no. All right.
God damn it.
All right.
Have fun, Alan. Apparently, we just triggered dick mode in this game.
Yeah.
Spray! Spray!
Spray and pray. Spray and pray. All right. Here's my turn.
Oh, fuck you, man. Can you-
Straight up.
Yeah.
Whee!
Hey.
you inflicted bleed on the tank.
I inflicted bleed on myself, man. Hubris. It's the name of the game. Oh, got some sucky suck though.
Yeah.
Right.
Gotta
Scott
avoid the
Allen
suck.
can just drive
The
over
big
sides
suck.
of the map. I forget this.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
That's
Shit.
Oh,
Nope.
all right.
From the
Gas
safe
tax.
position,
Do you believe
getting away.
do you believe in good?
I.
Do you believe in good?
I don't even know what to preload for weapons
I
because
think
it's just
you
going to give me
can
some
use the
other
drone,
impossible
maybe.
situation.
No. We tried
Oh
that
my
last
God,
time.
yes.
Oh.
Finger licking bitches.
Finger licking bullshit. All right, Alan.
Well, now.
Alan, you got this.
Yep, go for that drone.
All right. Spray and pray. Spray and pray.
Ow.
All right. Well, this works. I hope.
OEO.
Direct up shot.
Whee!
Well executed.
Rainbow.
Damn it!
Just missed Scott.
Damn it! Then I might as well just kill myself. Blow myself up. That's what I really wanted.
I gotta
I will
invest
not
more
take the
skill
rainbow.
points on the tracks, it seems. I can't move enough.
Oh,
Ooh, undershot it by
Yeah.
that much.
All right, Scott has a straight shot. Ow!
Well,
Damn it! He got his prevenge.
All right. Let's
All
that.
All right.
right.
Back to Alan.
Oh.
I like how Scott just hangs out on top of the corpse. He's like, yeah.
He's establishing dominance.
It's getting tiny.
Wait, I don't have to do anything. I'm already dead. Nice.
Yeah.
I just saw that little dot. I'm like, fuck.
Chicken.
Okay.
Good chicken.
Yep.
Here it comes back. And yeah.
Chicken return.
Oh,
Return
How
chicken.
the hell? Physics.
What? Wait. Oh, there it is.
There it is. Just right over his head.
Oh, I
Boomerang.
missed it.
Get shot. All right. Have you been saving your spray and praise?
Oh, baby.
I already used most of them. I have the shotgun and the chicken.
Oh.
All right. Well,
Bullshit Jingo 1, Pedro 0.
you know what? I'm gonna call this a win
Isn't
for
that
me
bad?
because I made it to the final round with Alan and Scott. Like, I can't realistically beat either of them. But like, you know,
Oh, you got it.
Yeah, nice.
oh yeah, no, there's
Good shot.
Nope.
Wait.
Nope.
You guys,
Do the bounce
gotta-
it off the thing.
y'all got any more of them nukes?
Well, you have to hit it with the nuke. You can't hit with this the area effect.
No one is.
Nope.
Oh,
It exploded too low.
yeah.
there it is.
Oh, difficulty multiplier.
Okay, hang on.
This is what everyone tuned in for.
Hi.
Yeah.
Up the-
Yeah, you know what? I'm
You
gonna
got
consider
this?
that a win. Yeah, like, I couldn't realistically beat Scott or Alan.
Oh.
So
And there it is.
Even with
Yep.
the big one. Yep.
Alan.
I didn't realize that was affected by a black hole. I thought that was outside the black hole.
Yeah.
oh no, nope.
Never,
This isn't the Matrix,
never
baby.
Never assume you're outside the black hole.
Oh,
Hashtag spaghetti.
well
That
played.
was brilliant.
Because there are some weapons that ignore it, and I thought that was one of them.
It's kill monger, not kill longer. We're gonna close out a little bit of soccer.
Oh. This is where the
Not
quicksand
this
would
one.
come in
This is
handy.
Let's go with the generated. Let's make it really nice and random.
Randy.
Wait, don't be ready yet. 'Cause I'm not
You gotta pick the shocker.
Wait until Van ready's, then you.
then let's put shit in the way. There we go.
There we go.
Oh,
Could
now
add
we're-
wind.
Now we're waiting on.
Oh. Fuck,
Jordan.
I hit the wrong button.
And that's why
Oh,
you spend a
come
month
on,
explaining
what
the
is
dick
this?
pic to your employer.
What do I got? What do I got?
All right, Scott,
Oh,
Alan.
hello.
Oh, we win.
Yeah.
This
Which is
Well,
complete bullshit
Shocker,
because this.
This is shocker.
What
Don't tie.
just happened?
What?
Hey, one more.
No,
Yes.
bullshit.
Yeah, so I'm
Jordan,
gonna.
you get on
I'm-
structural engineering.
Yep, that's doing it.
All right. And I think we're going to try to lay down whatever flames do.
Yep.
Not much, apparently.
All right. Well, I have some protection.
Yes.
Oh,
Wait, no.
Foxy, just knock that out.
This is some spiky bullshit. All right.
You got this, Foxy.
Yep. I think.
You probably can't see the ball at the point. Boom. No. Whoa. Wow.
Balls.
Damn it. It's a no ball. Do I have anything that builds?
Bulger.
Bulger.
Or
Beam
build.
bulger.
Hill.
Coming in. Bulge. Hill bulge. More bulge. Maximum bulge.
Yes. Battle of the bulge,
And
baby.
here goes right behind.
Slide down. Ah,
God,
slide down.
Fuck this shit. This game is horseshit. I hate the developers of this now forever and ever.
Remember,
champ.
kids, just like in real life, teamwork can get fucked.
Yeah.
Let's knock that hill down a bit. Shit. Not that hill, the other one.
How about you score on your own?
Please. There we go.
All right, this strategy of ours is backfired.
How about everyone aim at the ball?
Yeah.
The seagull worked.
I'm gonna aim in the general direction of it, and
Yeah. Almost.
Get up. A second.
I'm goalie.
Good for you.
Come on, bullshit. Get in their net. It's not like they got into our net by any virtue of their own. It's just the ball randomly fell down the hole.
Oh god. What do I got? Nothing. Here comes that epic music.
See if I can level this playing field. A little bit.
Damn it!
Come on.
All right, yeah, I hit Pedro in the face. That'll make me feel better. Yeah, hit Scott too.
Balls in my face.
Yeah. If I can't accomplish anything, I'll at least bomb my wounded ego.
Stay with the one that brought you, man.
Yeah. Boing, boing.
Boing.
Nope.
Question mark?
Little pocket's good. Yes.
420, blaze it.
Good. I'm glad we have that strength.
Oh, hi,
My
ball.
poor heel.
Yeah, just to be direct, I'm. You guys shoot the ball. I've taken up a new job in landscaping.
That bounced weirdly, but okay.
That wasn't where I wanted to go.
All right. I'm just going to try and keep things moving in this direction. That's all I can hope for.
No!
You scooched
so
it
close.
away from the goal. Thank you.
It carried it and then it snooched it away.
Wait. That's not what I want.
That worked.
That one bounce is a bit shit.
Well,
Wee.
At least it's not on my face like last week. Oh, okay. Well,
Thanks,
Oh
game.
crap.
Well,
Leveling the thing.
the playing field, as it were, literally.
Yes.
Oh shit.
Where it stops, nobody
Yeah.
understands it.
Hey,
On the board.
Gil.
This is the epic music. Look at that ball hover
I'm
in place.
That ball did not move at all.
That ball gave negative fucks.
Yep.
There's a YouTube version of this that just has this like on loop for about an hour. And if you ever have a lot of like tedious, if you ever have any tedious bullshit to go through, like playing a game of Shell Shock, you could listen to it on loop, and it makes it really awesome.
Chicken!
Arise.
Bounce! Bounce too much.
Okay, Jordan. 3. At least 3 goals from this one shot.
Okay, I'll do my best then.
No, 2 shots.
Yeah, it's
You
only
guys
gonna
have
do
2
turn
shots
10.
left. Yeah.
Chicken work. Chicken, no, bad chicken.
Oh,
Man, so this is what it's like when the universe is like, get fucked, huh?
Yeah,
All right.
yep.
Okay.
I wonder if I can hit it with the sniper. Whee! Yes, I can.
Oh,
watch it
right
go into
on.
your own net. Just pure hubris. Come on, just do it. Do it. Like a fucking Greek tragedy. Come on.
No.
All right.
It didn't.
This is the
But I hit it
spinny
with a
thing
sniper.
TNG episode. We're not on the right end of it.
Yeah.
Good game.
Wait, what happened?
Good
Rain, go away. Come again some other day. All right. Well,
Oh, there,
no
Mr.
balls.
Ball. Oh, it's the end.
Yeah.
It's the end.
Well, everyone, there it is. That's how you get wrecked.
Well, 1-2 lost 2. I'll take it. And plus, I get to play Spin the Wheel of Booga Booga to see if I get any more
Yes.
tokens.
Right on.
The one time I got 100, it glitched out, and it's like, no, you don't get any. I'm like, fuck you.
Hey, everyone, if you've been watching live, thanks for doing that. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Maybe we were accidentally informative and or educational. For that, our sincerest apologies, but we will be back next week at 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. And
Emphasis on the accident.
it will be a thing. Until then, have a good night, Twitch. Good night. And YouTube. Not YouTube, but Discord, that thing.
Yep.
Good night, TikTok.
You're a TikTok. Wait, which one of these
Children's Book of the
buttons does
Century.
that?
Vic.
Hello, button. There we go.
Bye.
H is for Hellhawks.